What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another installment of the Casually Chelsea show. I'm accompanied by Scott. Scott, you haven't been here in a while. How you been, bro?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Been pretty good.
Nice. Curry Pirate is on his way. He just went out for a little bit, so he'll be back on in the panel in a minute, and probably a few other people as well that will be attending a little late. But ladies and gents, if you haven't done so already, which I see some of you already did, we're already at 11 likes and the show hasn't even started. So big up to the chat for being on top of things. You guys already know the deal. Smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Be sure to check out the links in the description below for more content, as well as memberships, 4 different tiers starting at 99p, all with their own little benefits, which, hey, I've been thinking lately, and some new benefits might be coming your way as well. Big up Balenci. I'm glad you love the content, and we love having you here. At least we hope we do. We'll find out sooner or later. Axe already being negative. It's all good. But big up every single one of you. Before I forget, Scott, I will be messaging you shortly. And people in the chat, just know that the Casually Chelsea Awards show will be returning very, very soon. I've done my homework, and I already know I have to let you know. But a weekend probably is the best, right?
I beg you make it a Saturday, please. Or
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, just make it a Saturday.
Yeah, I'm thinking the weekend's probably going to be best for everyone. So I'll go ahead and plan with everyone. We got some new nominations and all that fun stuff to show off. I have a fan this time, so I won't die in my suit. But yeah, it'll be good. It was fun last year, so hopefully you guys look forward to that one. And the receipt stream will be coming very, very soon as well. A lot of things in the pipeline before the season starts. So we'll be getting to work on that, and we'll be for sure having some fun on the channel before we get into the meats and potatoes of the season, which is only about 2 weeks away, ladies and gents. 2 weeks away. Chris, I hope you're on your way. But okay, let's go ahead and get started, ladies and gents. Enough dilly-dally. There's a lot of great news to talk about in regards to Chelsea. Let's start off with the first topic I have, which is a brief one. Players returning. Let's go ahead and discuss this briefly. Understand those that represented Chelsea in the Club World Cup are due back at Cobham August 4th, 4 days before Leverkusen friendly. Plan is for new signing Esteval to also begin training with new teammates on that date. I'm assuming Gittins is also going to be involved in that. And if I'm looking at my calendar, we're on the 27th, meaning this week, no, next Monday. So next Monday, players are returning to training. Then there's 2 weeks of training before the season actually starts. You guys already know Liverpool, United, Arsenal, all these guys already got a head start in terms of preseason and all that fun stuff, which Scott, are you worried about that? Like, I'm personally, the way I see it, I'm not that worried about them having a preseason, because I feel like we've already kind of done our homework in the Club World Cup. We took advantage of some games to get some preseason things done in there. The players are going to be, for the most part, up to speed. The ones that were with us throughout the whole Club World Cup. The fitness level shouldn't be too hard to get back up. It's only been 3 weeks off. I feel like we're not as much of a disadvantage as maybe some other people on Twitter like to believe. I don't know if you're in the same boat as I am.
I don't know if I'm worried. because like I think this was when they had to come back because of the 3-week break. So worried's not the right word. Like as long as they get the like enough training done and enough like their my biggest thing, and I don't think any of them will because of a mixture of like Club World Cup happening when it did, and also just the where kind of sports science is nowadays. I say that, but I know players still will. As long as none of them are turning up unfit, which I'll be honest, if they have after 3 weeks, I'm kind of worried about them. And I think it's fine. Yeah, because like, yeah, at the end of it, as long as they don't turn up unfit, I think the are fine. Tactically, I'm not worried. Like, it's just the kind of guys I don't expect to start. Yeah, obviously, the only kind of 1 or 2 players that quote unquote worried about are the ones that we're yet to sign. Actually, it's only really 1 player. Like Esteval's not going to start game week 1. This isn't going to start game week 1 unless, well, he might do simply because Xavi Simons hasn't come in yet. And even if he does come in, I don't know if he'll start game week 1 potentially. So Gittins is probably like the only one who has to really learn anything. But yeah, from a tactical side, not worried. It's just a fitness thing. Like as long as these guys come back fit, then it's fine.
Sure. Yeah, I think from a fitness point of view, I feel like what is it? After 10 days, you start to experience muscle atrophy, which for those of you who don't know is probably actually, you know what? We have Google. How long until muscles atrophy? There you go. Perfect. 1 to 2 weeks, noticeable decline in muscle strength. 2 to 4 weeks, significant muscle loss and atrophy become visible. So I don't think it'll be that crazy to get them back into shape. I mean, I can tell you from personal experience, I didn't do legs at the gym for about 2 months, and I just did it 2 days ago, and I'm dying.
Bro, I did it today. I actually wanted to die. Like at the end.
That's horrible, dude. I'm stuck in this chair. If I wanted to go to the bathroom, I'd probably have a bottle underneath this desk I might have to use because getting up is very laborious and difficult, and we don't need to hear that in the stream. So, yeah, it's tough. So I think these players having 3 weeks off, considering how much workload they put on their body, I don't think is going to cause too much atrophy. I don't think they're going to be too far behind the opposition. And considering our first game of the week is Crystal Palace, not to disrespect Crystal Palace, Crystal Palace always gives us a tough time. I do think we'll be all right. I think the first week is just going to be getting back into shape, making sure we're ideally in the green zone or whatever fitness level these trackers, these players have us at. But yeah, I'm not too concerned. We'll see how it goes. It's nice to see some of these players have some time off. It's also funny to see how much panic these players cause when they're not on the pitch. Like Moises Caicedo going, I think that's called parasailing, when you have the boat take you and you just float up to the sky, having him do that. People are like, oh my God, please don't get hurt. Please. Like I see the comments. It's hilarious. Same thing with Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto was doing some crazy jet ski hover jet thing in the middle of the water. It was insane. Yeah, the Caicedo, that's 110 million pounds up in the air. Oh, I'm sure nothing will happen. It was hilarious. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not too concerned about players. Let's go ahead and move on to the next segment, which I have to reshare the screen because I need you guys to listen to the audio. And that's going to be about front of shirt sponsors. So Ben Jacobs just recently went on playback, I think was with Alex Goldberg. Yeah, it says Alex Goldberg. And he had a few things to say in regards to the front of shirt sponsor and where we're at with that situation right now. And it sounds, based on what I heard so far, sounds like we're in a very, very good position. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys, and then we'll go ahead and have some comments on it.
Quite formative stages. I think Chelsea are waiting for the right partner, an immersive partner, and there's 7 or 8 now at the table, whereas there's only 3 or 4 at the table in January. I'm told that they want something quite immersive, a bit like they wanted to do with Paramount Plus. So planes, cars, banks, tourism authorities, the kind of more consumer-facing brand that might be able to give something back to the fan base and interact with them. Whereas it's obviously harder when you've got a property developer if you don't want to buy property, or when you had Infinite Athlete, because they're not really a consumer company, it's more B2B. So I think they're being quite picky. I'm not aware of anything done yet, but I think Chelsea are relatively confident that either for the start of the season or shortly after, they can get in this long-term partner. And when they do, the feeling is that it's going to be for a large amount of money and something that will be worth the wait. It's quite formative stages.
Okay.
I think Chelsea are...
So based on what I understood there, we're picky about what front of shirt sponsor we want because we want something that's going to be more commercial and more marketable, I guess. Something that is probably going to be on planes and other forms of advertisement versus just buildings and like the Mac, for example, development buildings and all that stuff, which I'm fine with. I think what's good is that because we won the Club World Cup, because we're now in Champions League, we can demand a little bit more than what we initially demanded, which is good. Listen, as long as we get the right front of shirt sponsor, I'm not too concerned about it. And on top of that, like, considering how much money we've been making in this transfer window so far, I think they've been able to compensate for the lack of money they've been getting in a front of shirt sponsor. It's not ideal. Obviously, that 60 million a year you would like to put on the books, or whatever amount it's going to be. You would like to have that on the books as well, but it's not like we're in a position where we're like at a dire loss unless we have that. I don't know if you feel the same way, Scott.
I quite literally don't care about any of what Ben Jacobs just said there in terms of like what they want. Like, I don't care about any of that. That's what they want. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I just want the most amount of money possible for this front of shirt sponsor, and then for them to get this done before the end of the season. Please and thank you.
That's fair. That's
in
fair.
fact, actually, no, let me rephrase that. I'd like them to get this done by the latest end of the transfer window.
Yeah, I would like them.
In the Champions League. By that point, we would have been confirmed in the Champions League for 4 months. It does not take you 4 months if you're meant to be these incredible businessmen. 4 months to negotiate this front of shirt sponsor. Considering apparently we had stuff in place in January.
Mm-hmm. The way I see it, obviously in an ideal world you want to have it done. The way I see it, I'm going to be so selfish when I say this, and I know it's solely selfish. Get it done after you restock on shirts so that I can buy one without a sponsor. How about that? That seems great to me. Because I'm trying to get a freaking Nicholas Jackson, or not Nicholas Jackson, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get... No, I'm not. I'm trying to get the away kit without a sponsor with James in the back. We could do the home kit with the sponsor and the gold badge with Caicedo. I don't care about that. I want that away kit without the sponsor first. And then you could do some business. But that's just my own selfish reasons. But yeah, I'm kind of on the boat with you, which I would like to have it for the season. Like, I don't want to go up until January and once again not have a front of shirt sponsor. I feel like that's just, we're being financially too irresponsible at that point. Like, it's one of those things that, dude, just get it done. This is easy money to lay up. Like, just cover your grounds there, and everything else is more profit. And in the long term, this is my prediction. And ladies and gents, if you're new here, if you haven't been here before, we're going to go over every little thing that is being asked in the chat later on in the show. We just go and talk about all other news as well and build ourselves up to the big news, which if you haven't been here before, subscribe to the channel. Helps us out. We're trying to get to 5K, and also smash with the like button because it helps out with the algorithm. See how you guys have been smashing the like button lately? This is how we get new people to come into the chat, and that's why you guys who are new here are discovering the channel, because the algorithm is putting it out there for you guys to find it because you guys have been smashing the like button. So let's keep it going, and I appreciate you guys so much for your assistance and help on that. So back to what I was saying. I think it's just leaving money on the table. There's no reason to. My long-term idea is that I feel like as we go more and more years with these owners, once some of these owners are satisfied with the amount of return on investment they've made, some of them will sell their shares to the other owners. So we're talking maybe Boli or Igbali or whatever. Eventually, dumbing down the consortium to just one person. Hopefully, in an ideal world. That's just me. I think that could potentially happen, but it takes longer to do it.
I'll be real. I think the only person who sells their stocks is Vise, and he's got the smallest stocks of anyone, I think, or shares, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
He's the only one I think sells his shares.
I just genuinely don't want to have this whole too many, cooks in the kitchen situation again. Especially like looking, for example, like the whole stadium situation. Like you have two parties. One wants to, rebuild around Stamford Bridge, and the other one wants to go to, Earl's Court. And we still can't decide or put floor plans ahead because they haven't decided. I'm sure it's because they haven't decided what they want to do. Like stuff like that I'm like, let's just get these guys the money they want, get them out of the consortium, hopefully, if that's the plan, and just dumb it down to just Boli and Igbali, and then eventually one of them will maybe. That's one theory I have. It's a theory. We won't see it for a long time. But yeah, it's money on the table. Like, just get it done. Like, there's no reason at this point now to prolong it any longer. Like, you heard Ben Jacobs. You have 8 options. Pick one of them. It's not like it's permanent forever. And then if it doesn't work out after, a 3-year contract or whatever, you get another one.
Yeah, it depends what they end up wanting.
Yeah, I think most of them are going to be about 3 to 4 years.
It's cool.
Yeah,
I think it depends. Like, it depends on what the club want, and it probably depends on what the sponsorship want as well. I think most of them are like 3 years, I think, typically. Yeah. But I think we've seen longer sponsorships. So yeah, I think that just depends. That doesn't bother me as much. Yeah, none of that bothers me, to be honest. It's more just like I said, most money possible. Just get this sorted soon. Like, just get this sorted before the end of the transfer window. It's like we shouldn't.
How much do you reckon we can get for it?
50, 60
per year.
Yeah,
you think so? You don't think they're going to try to up the price? Because last year that was the price, right? 50, 60 they were trying to get.
No, 50, 60 was what they wanted, but they couldn't get those titles about the Champions League.
Yeah, I reckon they can get 70 or maybe even 65. Because the Club World Cup, I think, is the added bonus because now you have a freaking emblem on your shirt for 4 years.
Does that really matter though if you get an extra badge next to a sponsor? I feel like it matters more if you're like in the Club World Cup and you're like touring around showing the sponsor around the world.
I mean, just being in the Club World Cup alone exposed us to a lot of fans. I don't know who told me this.
we probably did gain more fans for sure.
Dude, I think it was RSM that said this, but apparently, I don't know how to look this up, but I think just from the Club World Cup alone, I believe the Chelsea Instagram grew by 5 million followers or some shit like that. Some ridiculous number in gap. Yeah.
I mean, we got a big
I don't know how to look it up.
A lot of social medias. Like, we're definitely top 3 in the Premier League, maybe top 2 for like all social media, like following. But that's 5 million. That's kind of crazy. Maybe we gained a lot more Americans, man.
Not even just Americans, but Brazilians.
I'm just saying because it's
everyone who was watching.
I'm just saying because it's America, right? And maybe they're just getting to the sport and they say, "Oh, this Chelsea team's pretty good." That's how it works sometimes. So.
Chelsea's.
So actually, Marshall, you have a good point because there's this person named Jessica Bjorta. She's like Goldberg, and also what's that American Chelsea channel?
Casually FC.
The other one.
I don't know. There's another one?
Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
Wow, I'm a bad American.
Anyways, yeah, dude, they've been sponsored by Chelsea in the last Chelsea tour, actually, last year. Anyways.
Oh, not the London is Blue It's like one of those podcasts. Yes, it is London. Is it London is Blue?
Yes. So
okay.
They brought her in before because she was like the Brazilian correspondent in terms of asking about Esteban and Andre Santos, right? And she said, at least in Goldberg's, that Club World Cup was big because the Brazilians highly rate the Club World Cup itself. Mm-hmm. And she said actually before this tournament, the view in Brazil of Chelsea was that there's no direction, right? What are they doing? Us Brazilian teams can beat them. They have no direction. But she said after we won the Club World Cup, the narrative in the media and Brazil as a whole changed. and she's like, I'm seeing people wear Chelsea Lavia jerseys in Brazil, and I haven't seen kids in Brazil wear Chelsea jerseys for like a couple of years since 2019, like since we won the Champions League, right? So it kind of proves that we did gain fandom just because, for example, South America really rates the Club World Cup, and it's brought us back into the forefront of that, especially because
just the amount of exposure. Like we saw, like what was it? The Champions League highlights versus like the highlights for this Club World Cup final. It was like, I want to say 5 times the amount of viewership, which is a big deal. And it says it right here. Like I looked it up, so I wasn't too far off. The 2025 Club World Cup saw 3.8 million Instagram followers added across all clubs during their time in the competition. Some clubs like Auckland saw a very high percentage of growth, 998%, gaining 282,000 followers on Instagram during the tournament.
Not quite like 5 million then.
Yeah. While a direct figure for Chelsea's gain isn't provided, the club vice captain Enzo has 11.6 Instagram followers, and players were encouraged to utilize social media to promote the Club World Cup and fan engagement. So yeah, there was a lot of exposure just through this. So I think having that Club World Cup badge to show like you're champions, you know, of the world, the best team in the world, I think it does add something to it. Like, you know, I've said for a long time, I've always, ever since we won that last UCL, I want to have 2 stars on top of the Chelsea badge. Like, I want to be able to showcase how many UCLs we won. Bayern do it. Juve have done it.
Yeah, I'd like to do the stars too.
Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid do it.
If it makes a good fit.
It's not based on Champions League wins, at least for Juventus. So in Italy, it's based on every 10 league titles gets every 10 league titles gets you a star.
I didn't know that.
Is it 10?
Yes. So that's why Inter Milan have 2 stars and Milan have 1, because Milan's won 19 times and Inter won 20 times when they just won it with Inzaghi the season before. And for Juventus, they've won about 35 times, so they have 3 stars. So at least for them, it's because of how many leagues they've won. Yeah, and for others, it's you have to have 2 or more to start getting stars on your your badge.
Didn't know that. So that explains why some Italian clubs have just 1. Okay. But yeah, I think I agree with Scott. Like, ideally, I'm not going to be like upset if we don't have it ready by the beginning of the season, but I am going to be upset about front of shirt sponsor if it's not at least at the most, I should say, done by January. Like, by January, we should have.
It'd be kind of crazy. I feel like
that would be crazy. That's what I'm saying.
No,
like we've done it.
Brother, how for a 4th year in a row can you go to January with no front of shirt sponsor?
Saw a lot of players. But no, like, I agree with you. That's like, at that point, it's ridiculous. I think no further than October, it should be. Like,
maybe top
after that,
people,
like,
man.
we need to be.
I agree. I'm saying for selfish reasons, just like Marshall, I want that 3rd kit without a sponsor.
I want the 3rd kit with a sponsor.
I want it without one. I just want the crest. I just want the Club World Cup badge and that retro Chelsea badge. That's all I want, because it's black and white. And
I wish they put the Club World Cup badge on the side or something now, since it's a circular shape.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it kept on the side.
I think some of us are forgetting what shirts are like without the sponsor too. To be so honest with you, changing his picture. Honest, wow.
Appreciate it while we have it. Appreciate sponsorships while we have it, because we're not gonna get to, like, it's not a regular thing.
Yeah. Look at looking fresh with his new PFP, man.
I'll be real. The having no front of shirt sponsor is like, it's okay. If you have a good front of shirt sponsor, it doesn't matter. Like when we had Samsung, it didn't matter because it was sick.
Yeah.
All good.
I didn't mind Infinite Athlete. Infinite Athlete was nice.
Yeah, Infinite Athlete was cool. The Mac was pretty cool as well.
The Mac was pretty nice. The 3 was the worst.
3 was the worst, yeah. Not only like the memes could have happened like if you lose 0-3, because we definitely lost 0-3, but like it was hideous. It was too big.
The kits were shit too, because the 3 wasn't like sewed in. It was just plastic shit. So if you kept on washing it repeatedly, it would slowly come off. I know it because I have one.
Brother,
the peel came off, so it's like a shadow of a 3.
Yeah, it is terrible.
Fucking disgusting.
Yeah, no, that's when you when you get that 3 and you take it out of the dryer or whatever. Not the dryer. Don't dry your kits. Hang dry them. When you take it out of the washer. 3, man. Not a fan. I gotta fix my clips because left. I gotta change these clips. Oh man. All right. So speaking of players leaving, let's talk about everyone's favorite part. Club finances. Yeah, let's talk about that money because people are starting to call the cops on us because we just G's at selling. Even CP came in here hot and ready to self-report. I was just like, "Yo, CP, calm on, man. We're just good at selling." Chelsea, as ludicrous as some, are the club with the greatest scope to spend from a PSR perspective, according to The Athletic. Now, there's another video here I wanted to get the audio for, so let me go ahead and do that real quick, and let's share.
And then again, nothing developed. Then Demac came along, and because they wanted to mark their branded residence launch, they went temporarily on the front of shirt, and I believe they paid about €6 million a game. So it was a pretty decent deal from Chelsea's perspective because they got half a season's worth of money out of pretty much just several games, albeit that 6 million was weighted towards men and women. So you could kind of argue it was 3 million and 3 million per men's game and per women's game, but not a bad deal for Chelsea. And from Demac's point of view, to offset that kind of spend, they just need to sell a few properties and all of the Chelsea branded residences sold out in just a matter of hours. So it was win-win, but they never intended to do the Club World Cup. And then again, it changed because instead of this 45, maybe 50 million number, you win the Club World Cup. And now Chelsea feel with Champions League in addition, they can perhaps get in excess of 50 million, and some say potentially even 60 million. So there's a whole new caliber of suitors.
Okay, and then let me show you guys the rest of the tweets I got for you guys in regards to this topic. But I think that the Mac info is very, very useful. Continuing on, Chelsea are going to get £120 million from Madueke, Felix, and Petrovic. So much is made of our spending, but we can only do that because of the crazy sales we make. Many pundits and media outlets ignore this on purpose, and it's true. They really do. I'm still hearing idiots talk about 1.5 billion. It's like, okay, well, you realize
in 3 seasons, I think we sold 800 million plus.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
In reality, yeah, we paid that much, but we also sold as much. So it's insane to see.
Let's go to like for a club, for example, Man United's selling for the last like 5 years.
Yeah. And I wanted to put this in for banter. All Chelsea sales to Saudi in the last 3 summer windows, £104 million, if you include Felix. Arsenal purchases for Havertz, Kepa, and Madueke, £122 million. So let's be real. We need to investigate the links between us and Arsenal before we need to investigate the links between us and Saudi. I'm just saying, Arsenal fans. But hey, you want to keep giving us money, then by all means, we're all here for it. Over 120 of you guys have been watching, by the way, and there's only 33 likes, which is very disappointing from a PSR point of view. So we need to get those likes up so that we don't upset the PSR gods and get permaban from YouTube. We don't want that. But I guess we'll start with Chris. What do you think of all these numbers in doohickeys and finances?
No, like I said, like it's not like a surprise why Chelsea spend they do. They buy a lot of youngsters. We sell them on like who's that one kid we signed for like 12 million or something? Was it Hutchinson?
Angelo.
Yeah, like we signed these players like Hutchinson. We did sell Hutchinson, right, as well.
Yeah, we sold him for a £20 million profit.
Yeah, exactly. Like we buy these youngsters and then we sell them off like 10, 20 million extra what we did buy them for. So it's just a business point of view, and I don't get why the pundits always miss it. Like they don't really talk about it. They just talk about how much Chelsea spend, but not Chelsea making. Like from the Club World Cup. I mean, Jamie Carragher, I don't think he spoke about Chelsea in a good while. I think Con's trying to like get words out of him, but it's just no hope. Yeah. But yeah, like it's obviously great. Like like we buy these players, and if they don't work out, then we move them on. Like we're just seeing with Felix. Did we make profit of Felix? A little bit.
Technically speaking, well, I don't know about book profit, but if he hits everything, Like he is all of the add-ons. Yes, we will have made profit on what we spent initially. Because I think we spent or we break even in terms of what we spent initially. Now, in terms of book profit, I don't know. I don't care. I'm not a fucking accountant.
No, yeah, of course. No, I'm not either, Les. I mean, like, I don't know, like, 100% what, like,
profit.
I thought Mourinho was great, but like this Chelsea board or whatever, like, showed a bit like higher level compared to this, because like this whole like, what the hell is he doing? This whole like Felix like deal like is a complete like flop in no sense, because we literally bought him in halfway through the season, we loaned him out, did terrible, and still get profit on him. So yeah, like it's great. This dog is going crazy. 1 sec, sorry.
You're fine.
Yeah. 1 second.
Do CP and Scott, do you guys think? Because I'm seeing now revisionism. To an extent, it kind of makes sense to actually do revisionism on this. The previous window where we bought a lot of these players that we're selling now, and it seems like we're on track to make profit on all those player sales. Does that make that last summer window look better than it actually is now, or is it still a stinky window?
I've seen some people try to do this and it doesn't. Like, just because you managed to get like an incredible deal for Felix, like it's a great deal.
It is.
It doesn't excuse the shit signing he was. Like, he was dog shit, and you wasted 47.5 million.
Yeah,
what we paid for him. Now, the fact you managed to sell him, well done. Like I've said before, when it comes to selling these guys, like, fair play. You managed to sell him. You managed to make your money back. Fair play. It was still a shit signing.
TP?
Because the problem...
Oh, okay. My bad.
I don't think we're going to run into this problem a lot, because as I said, they are good sellers. But there will come a point where like, your luck is going to run out to a point where you're going to have to take a loss on a player that you've signed. Like, we may have to do that with Nkunku. Maybe, maybe not. But for the meantime, like I said, when it comes to selling, like, it's incredible. And it's not just them either. Like, it's the players that Chris mentioned earlier in terms of like your Hutchinson, your Angelos. I've had question marks of what these sporting directors have done in terms of signings and in terms of their plan with certain players, but I cannot fault the way they've sold players. Like, yeah, I just can't fault the way they've managed to get rid of players for favorable deals. It's genuinely been very good, and it does mean that you're in a position where you can reinvest that into the squad, because you don't have to worry about PSR all the time.
CP, what are your thoughts on that? Do you agree?
I still think the signings from last year were shit, because only one of them is staying in our first team, which is
Neto, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because Kellyman, I'm just gonna brush that off. KDH, we're selling off, so he did his job. I'm not saying he was a bad player, but we're selling off. Felix, we're selling off. Vega decided that he strictly just wants to be a center back, even though we told him he's going to be left back / center back cover. So we're selling off. Who else did we? I don't think who else
we signed. So we got Neto, Kellyman, Tosin.
Tosin, okay, Tosin, he's on a free, but that was good. Tosin's good, sure.
Who else? I think that might be it.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, Sancho was on loan with an obligation, but hey, we got him back, so fair enough. But other than that, yeah. So I think that window is okay at best, because Tosin did become pretty good center back for, first of all, in general, and he was free, so fair enough. And also Neto's now kicking off, I would say, the latter half of the season and the Club World Cup.
This is true.
So I would say it's an okay one at best, because two players were decent. One was good, one was decent, and we're selling the others for profit and or book value in Vega and Felix. And Sancho, we just had to pay 5 million for, so it wasn't that big of a hit. So I would say it was okay at best last season. Yeah, like, the thing is, like, this is it's gonna happen like this every summer, because we bought so many young players. We're gonna constantly churn. We're gonna constantly flip for sales.
Yeah,
this is gonna be the model. I think even if we get a bigger stadium, because it's like extra money. It's like you're investing on stocks, and they're coming out. Well, why aren't I gonna continue doing this? Why aren't I? To be fair,
I actually. So I was on. What channel was I? Footy Judge Mo yesterday,
Yeah.
And I don't normally get to talk to too many rival fans often, especially those who are actually reasonable and not deluded. And it kind of put into perspective that like we are actually one of the few clubs that are, because like a Liverpool fan started to list off, because I was questioning like how are Liverpool able to buy all these play like Verts, Isak now doesn't seem to be an issue, even though I'm seeing now that it might actually be more of a hurdle than first initially thought. All the players they purchased, and I'm thinking like, okay, well, I know you didn't spend last window, which that helps you, of course, but now I'm like, wait a minute, well, how are you getting players for this window? And then he started to list off the players they sold, which was Kwanzaa, and then like three other smaller ones. And I was like, that's not that much in profit in sales. Now I'm looking at Chelsea sales, and I'm thinking, holy shit, like these guys, other clubs don't really sell like we do. Like we're making significant profits off of the players that we're selling.
So the thing is, their sales kind of similar to ours are academy kids, so they're getting pure profit. First of all,
that's a pure profit. Yeah.
Ian Brewster, whatever fuck his name was for Sheffield.
Oh
right?
my
Like,
god, Ryan.
Right. So they've sold these players in the past 5 years. Right. So players like that, like Kwanzaa you were stating, and then also unlike us, they've been constants in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So they in the Champions League though, especially when they were in 2 finals. Right after they initially won it, they were. At least a final at the very least.
Yeah,
right?
when he said that, it made a lot more sense to me. Yeah.
At the later stages. So that's where they're getting their money from, right? Arsenal have always been shit, will continue to be shit at selling players.
Yeah.
Right? That's their
Horrible.
thing. Man City is making its money because it wins the league every year, and
The academy kids.
And we, as an example, are one of their buyers.
That is true.
Right? Of their academy, basically. Right? Lavia, things like that, right? And even though they go to Southampton, they might have like a sell on. So even though we're buying it off Southampton, Man City is probably getting a chunk of that money, right? Kind of like what we do. So
Yeah.
So Man City is at least decent at selling off their players, or at least their academy kids. United's not that good, okay at best. Like a lot of Tottenham's shit at it, right? So a lot of the top 6 teams are not good at selling players. We're probably the best. It's been like that since Marina. It's not like this is a new thing. I'm glad it's carried on into this ownership. Because like, dude, we sold, I think, Costa for profit to Atletico Madrid. We sold Morata for the exact same price we got him for, right? So at least in that sense, we were good at selling, even though we overpaid sometimes for Lukaku as an example. So, even players like Nkunku, I think our price range is about 35 million, and it makes sense because he was under Vavel when we were still doing 5-year contracts, I think. So if you amortize that, he's basically at book value currently for the amount of money left, in a sense, you could say, right? So we're not really losing money in that sense either. So, and same with Sterling. Sterling at 15 million is, or 15 or 20 million is how much is left in his amortization too, because I think he has a year or 2 left with us now.
Sure.
He's also on a 5-year. So yeah, I think right now the players that are shit, not shit, but Sterling, who is shit, we're looking for book value, and even in Nkunku, who wasn't great for us, we're looking at book value, right?
He's got 2 more years, by the way, Sterling.
Yeah. So that's where we're
And Chilwell.
Chilwell, I'm not counting fully, in a sense of we've technically already paid off his first initial fee, because ours was a 2-year extension. So technically, whatever we sell him for is going to be just pure profit. So if we don't sell him, we're losing wages, but nothing more than that. And if we sell him, it's just pure profit on our books. I don't think he's going to be sold, to be frank. But
out of curiosity, let's in a hypothetical, right? Because CP just said this. Do you guys reckon that if we never got sanctioned and then these whole loan army rules were applied, do you think financially we'd still be a pretty as like profitable as we are now?
yes,
With Marina in them.
we would have done.
I mean, she was still pretty good at selling. Like,
Yeah, she was. I mean, Eden Hazard's like a legendary like.
no,
Fucking
like
A,
signing and selling. So, like you said, you mentioned before, Morata. Like, I don't know how we got the same amount of money back when he was just horrendous for us as well.
For
Like
2 years, yeah.
Like he's
Yeah.
the big highlight player. Like I don't know how she did that one at all, but yeah, I don't know. Like Chelsea be in a different situation. Like I don't know where we'd be like as a club or like I mean like squad wise, and who would be signing off. Like this ownership like to buy a lot of youngsters, and I don't know. We did buy youngsters, but not at this level. I don't think. And
'Cause
that's
I
why
remember-
didn't
we
they
did.
didn't
I remember
do that.
CP,
Junior
like-
versions of it.
Because
Yeah.
I remember, like, under the previous ownership, we actually bitched and moaned a lot of times because they would add more years to a player's contract to actually sell them and not let them go on a free.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
remember
mind that,
who was it? Who was a big culprit of that?
Fucking
Bakayoko was a big culprit of that.
Batshuayi.
Batshuayi.
Batshuayi on pissed me off to no end.
Who was
bro.
the wing back? I forget his name.
Sar, Mamadou, or the French star. I mean, fuck, that was French too. But the
Who's
free
wing
star
back?
we got from
I'm
Porto.
forgetting his name, bro.
No, Malangsar they didn't do that for.
They didn't do it for- who's the wing back that we had? The
Well,
Italian.
Zappacosta. We didn't do it.
Zappacosta.
Baba Ramen?
No,
No,
it was
Zappacosta.
Zappa.
No, Baba
Zappacosta, we
Ramen.
didn't
Baba
do that.
Ramen.
Yeah, Zappacosta we didn't do it for. We did it.
Oh, I thought we did.
No, we did it
No,
from
Zap-
Baba Ramen. Baba Ramen.
Yeah,
guys.
the main
Yeah.
culprits. The main culprits were Batshuayi, Bakayoko, Drinkwater, Kepa, initially.
Oh yeah,
Um,
7-year deal.
And don't forget,
remember.
they were willing to continue forcing Lukaku to work.
Yeah, there was a few they did it for. Yeah, no, I understand that, but like, it's hard to say because the thing is I think we would have gone after slightly different players maybe, but financially I think we would have been fine.
Yeah.
Like, and in terms of selling players, we always were good at selling players under Marina, even though sometimes they really needed to take some deals. Like they needed to take the road of like just cut your losses, like haggling for 5 million for Leeds with Batshuayi to then loan him to Besiktas for the same fee that Leeds wanted to pay for him was just stupid, but
Yeah.
that was some stupidness that they did. But yeah, stuff like that, like they were doing. But yeah, they're just, to be fair, you said about the contracts thing. These owners are doing the same thing in a sense. The reason Chilwell's here till 2027 is because they gave him a new contract.
I think that was a mistake. That was probably a mistake.
They
Yes,
gave
so-
him a new
And probably
contract.
thought they could
They
sign him off.
did. They did do that. That was definitely a mistake.
But I think I'll give one credit to this ownership as well over our previous one is the loan army we have now is way better in terms of actual talent than we had back then.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm
the loan
sorry.
army back then was just
I'm
kind of
sorry.
trying to
I'm
save
sorry.
money.
This Chelsea fan base gaslight this Chelsea fan base and the Chelsea club trying to gaslight the fan base into thinking Lucas Piazon was left-footed Kaká back in 2015 was fucking criminal. As someone who watched that league and people just because he's Brazilian and he came to Chelsea.
It wasn't even
And
Brazilian.
everyone-
He was Portuguese, wasn't he?
No, Lucas Piazon was Brazilian. He was
Jesus
not
Christ.
Portuguese. He was from Brazil. And people were calling him the left-footed Kaká when he was breaking through the ranks into the youth team. I was like, you people are criminal in terms of the talent because there was no hype. There was no hype about this guy in Brazil. But for some reason, because he joined Chelsea, he was
It
Kennedy.
kind of looks like fucking.
I will say
Kennedy.
I hear your point. I'm going
Yeah.
to reserve judgment on that yet because outside of Santos, we're yet to see the loan army really utilized.
That's a
In
good
No,
terms
but
of-
I'm saying acquiring better talent. We're getting an Estival that everyone in Brazil
I
rates,
understand.
unlike
I
Lucas
understand. No,
Piazon.
I understand. No, there's a difference between signing better talent and we're talking about the loan army. In terms of the loan army,
No, I'm
I
saying
think better-
signing better talent for the loan slash.
I mean,
signing
to
of
be
players.
fair, the way I look at it right now, it seems pretty equal. Because, like,
yeah,
I
gonna say,
remember-
'cause, like, we had some good players in the loan army previously. We just never
Yeah.
utilized them.
Yeah,
You
you
do
know,
know,
you mean
Andrew was
like
in there.
yeah? Because the KDB,
Um,
like we scouted him like what
KDB
age?
was in there.
No, we didn't keep him though. That's the problem. Are you on about like players we keep or like just in general scout? Because like KDB was obviously, you know,
There's just players in
look-
general
look
that we
what he's doing
scouted.
him.
I mean, even though
I'm
we
not,
don't,
yeah, like we
even though we don't
do
like him
more
now,
like we do
Mason
more
Mount was in
signings,
that. You
so-
know, like Mason Mount
What?
was in that.
Didn't we sign him when he's
loan
like
army.
what 8 though? Like
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we loaned him
I
out
thought
to
you meant, like-
Vitesse, I believe. What was
yeah.
that was the name of it? Yeah,
Vitesse,
Vitesse, right?
Derby.
He was another one that came through the loan army for a
Reece
bit.
James, I guess then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
James.
I'll be real. The thing for me about the loan army is ultimately for the loan army to be better than what it was under Marina. There's two things that have to happen. Number one is you have to get the loans right. They are
You have to get rid of
starting
Chilwell
to.
and Sterling.
I don't care. I
But they're
do
part of
care,
the
but
loan
not
army.
not on the point that they're going to be loaned out until their contracts end because no one's buying them. For the loan army to be better than it was under the previous ownership, one of two things, or even both of these things, have to happen. Number one, you have to get the loans better so that these guys develop, or so you can either sell them or they come into the team. They are getting better at that compared to some of the horrendous decisions they made the first couple of years. But they're getting a lot better at it in terms of deciding whether to send guys on loan, where they're actually going to get game time. It's actually going to be at clubs that make sense and are not in constant relegation battles. And then kind of following on the back of that is, are these players are they developing to sell for a good profit, or are they coming into the team? Because ultimately, the loan army under Roman kind of sucked at certain points because you just used it to loan a guy out 9 times and release him to the club you just signed him for 9 years earlier. Pantic, we did that with. Nathan, we did that with. I'm pretty sure we did that with someone else. They were here for like 7 years, spent 7 years on loan, and then were released. You just made like 20 million loan fees. It's like if you just develop him after 1 year, you can make 20 mil after 1 year. You haven't had to waste 7 years for no reason. But then they did also manage to get through the loan system some loans that end up being really good, and we did make good money on. So ultimately, like with the loan system, that's what these owners and the sporting directors have to do. Make sure they get the loans right, make sure these guys develop, and then if you want to sell some of them on, cool, make good profit on them. Like the Vega thing. I'm sad he's going because I did like him as a player, but we're going to make 30 mil on him. Like, that's incredible. 30 mil for 6 months of football here. We played a bit, was decent, but didn't really play too much. And then 6 months of football at Juventus, where he was very good, but not incredible. And we're going to make 40 mil on him potentially.
Mm-hmm. The way I'm seeing it is, I mean, I agree with what Scott's saying, but I look at it a little differently, which I feel like it's almost the same as to what Marina and Roman had, because for every Batshuayi or Zappacosta you have, we have equally in a Ben Chilwell or Raheem Sterling or a Carney who doesn't have a future at the club, but they're just taking up loan spots.
No, you're using the wrong example, by the way, for all of those. All of those three, I will say, I don't put on these sporting. Well, Carney's a bit different.
Carney's a different one.
The biggest example of what you've just said is Dacho Fofana. You signed Dacho Fofana for like 8 mil, and he's been on 4 loans, and you're struggling to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
You bought him for 8 million.
Yeah.
You sent him on 4 loans, one of which has been very good. Actually, how many loans is it? Burnley was very good. Union Berlin sucked. He's been on 3 loans, 2 of which sucked. This is what goes back to what I said about the right loans. Like Hutchinson, we spoke about earlier, fantastic loan. Like, genuinely, fantastic loan. Slonin is a perfect example of them improving. The first loan to that Belgian club was shit. They got relegated to finish last. That was a waste of time. Then he went to Barnsley and was having a really good season, challenging at the top of League One, just got injured. It's unfortunate. But they managed to turn that around. Yeah, the Dacho Fofana one is a perfect example. You had 3 loans and 2 of them have been shit, including the last one you just came back from. And you're struggling to get rid of him. Well, I say struggling because we've heard absolutely nothing about him leaving.
Yeah. I think after this window, we'll see how many players actually end up leaving, so that maybe because once you get rid of some of those fringe players, like the Dr. Fofanas, the David Washingtons, the Chilwells and Sterlings who you've been forced to loan out because you can't get anyone to buy them, or you're not willing to cut losses on some of those players. Once you get those players out, I'd be curious to see if the quality of loan and loanees improve, because that is something that we've had our criticism about. There's been some hits in there. It's been mostly misses, to be honest, so far. But yeah, I think with that one, time will tell before I can have like a very accurate or a more pinpoint criticism on or comparison in comparison to Roman's loan army. I don't know why that was so hard to get out. Let's move on to the next topic, which speaking of loan army, funnily enough, we have a new youth signing. I kind of wanted to bring this up briefly because maybe you guys have an opinion on this person that I don't know anything about. Listen, I'm being so transparent. I don't know anything about it, but it seems like he's really hyped up. And that's in regards to, oops, wrong button. This player. Chelsea agreed a deal to sign 18-year-old winger Jesse Derry from Crystal Palace, beating 8 European clubs for the England wingers. Medical will take place on Friday. So this is technically a here we go, ladies and gents. Chelsea hijacked a deal to sign 18-year-old winger Jesse Derry from Crystal Palace, beating 8 other clubs. He will have his medical file. Same damn thing I just read. So we hijacked this deal. Apparently, this kid's really talented. Multiple clubs, European clubs, are going after him. I forgot what clubs were listed in regards to who we beat out. And do any of you guys know this guy, or is anyone in chat familiar with this character?
Who?
No.
Chris, clearly you know him.
Why would I know him?
Yeah, why
I
would
don't know. You got elite ball knowledge, man. Okay. Well, Bayern were after.
Looks like
I did
Jack
hear
Grealish. There we go. Looks like Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish 2.0.
Do we know if he plays left wing or right wing? No idea. Actually, I can just look this up.
He's
This
18. Like, why would we like?
I'm not Felix Johnston. I'm like, respectfully.
That is true. That is true.
Damn,
That
tell
is
me
true.
how you
I didn't know who the
He's
fuck
a right
Es-
winger. He's a right winger.
Respectfully, Marshall.
So
I
he's
didn't know
the
who the
right
fuck
winger of
Esteban was when we were linked with him. I think I'm
Yeah,
thinking now like
exactly.
some rando from Crystal Palace.
I don't know.
This is why scouts do their scouting, and we
So I'm looking at
we
his
watch them
stats.
in their 20s.
Just looking at his stats, they're not too bad. In the other 18s, 23 games played, 19 goals and 4 assists. What is this thing? Minutes per goal, 102 minutes per goal. So averaging like just about a goal a game. It's not terrible. 1,946 minutes played in the under 18s.
Yeah, so
So-
is that under 18s? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the stats look promising. Maybe he gets sold. Maybe he has
Loan
potential to come
first.
into the club. I'm sure he'll get a loan. I'm sure he will. But yeah, this was on my timeline for a quick minute,
Sure.
obviously before all that stuff happened. I didn't go out and look for it, Sky, if that's what you're thinking. I didn't go, Chelsea youth signings. Felix
There you
Johnson, what youth signing are you talking about? So
Okay,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
There's
Just
a lot
to
of
play
hype around him.
Okay, it's okay.
apparently
Marshall, it's okay.
generation.
You're fine. You're fine.
It's,
Yeah, I believe you.
I don't think you guys do. I don't think you guys do. Okay, you know what? I was trying to find a good clip for this one, but I don't think I can. So I'm just gonna play this one.
Suit me.
What would be?
That's
And we'll
cool.
move on. Yeah.
Yeah, please do.
All right. On to the next one. You might not care, but I care, and I wanted to bring it up because it's been a while.
Of course you can.
Let's get some Strasbourg news.
Of course you do.
Yeah. So let's talk about a little bit of Strasbourg. So this needs to be updated a bit because some of these don't look like are actually happening. But Penders, Paes, Amogu, all heavily linked to moves to Strasbourg, as well as Samuel Smith, who may or may not. That one's in the air because of Ajax. We'll talk about Hato in a minute. But yeah, Strasbourg is on the verge of signing a promising French midfielder, Tyrese Nubusi, 16-year-old, who is set to leave Man City Academy and take up the project offered by Blue Co. Several clubs around Europe, including Bayern Leverkusen, Ajax, and Man United, approached the talented midfield, but he was won over by the Blue Co. project proposal, with the prospect of joining Strasbourg first team squad in the short term. Strasbourg are building quite a team, ladies and gents, so now would be the best time to tune into Strasbourg if you're ever looking for something to watch outside of just Chelsea.
Marshall,
I think,
can I just
yes.
put something out there? This isn't aimed at you. This is aimed at kind of football in general, right? I really don't want to be updated on transfer news about 16-year-olds. I don't
That's
care, number one. Number two is they're 16. Like, a lot can happen in most of them are never playing until they're 18, let's be honest. A lot can happen in the
Yeah.
2 years between when they play
Oh.
now or when they come now and when they like start playing in the first team. This goes out to everyone. Like I saw Fabrizio tweeting about a 15-year-old the other day. Like, brother, you don't need to be tweeting about a 15-year-old. You of all people do not need to be tweeting about a 15-year-old. I don't care. This is one of the things that's happened with transfers of like
everyone wants dopamine.
Yeah, Marshall.
Like, bro.
Wait, he ain't 16 though, is he, right?
No, he's not. He's not.
I was going to say he's got tags and everything.
When it comes to Strasbourg, for example,
Like
I don't need to know that 15 different teams were in for that guy and he's signing for Strasbourg. What I care, if we're focusing on like Strasbourg, for example, what I care about is players. Like we're talking here going on loan. I care about them maybe like they've just signed a new striker who's probably going to be the replacement for Omega if he goes. That's the kind of news I'm interested in if I care about Strasbourg. I don't care about them signing a 16-year-old.
Another Man City academy.
No one should care. No one should care about them signing from 16-year-old.
To be fair,
people, like this is a tangent, but I'm seeing people cream on the timeline today about some 15-year-old kid playing for Arsenal.
No,
that needs to be said in that way because I see fans on Twitter creaming about a 15-year-old playing for Arsenal today. Like,
pause.
Seek help. No, not pause. That's what they're doing. Seek help. Touch grass.
I hear it.
What? To be fair, I do filter out a lot of the news that is like, I don't know if I should be talking about this as a grown ass adult. I think the other day on Discord, someone shared an 8-year-old that apparently Chelsea signed. I was like, wait a minute, what?
We're gonna go too far.
What?
Excuse me. His hard drive. Check his hard drive.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look, and it was actually like.
I'm sure he meant no
TL as
harm,
well.
but like maybe it's just in 10 years' time, this kid.
It was just kind of trying to prove the point about.
Fucking hell, he'll be 18, Chris. What do you mean, brother?
Well,
yeah, no, but it was like unironic, It was kind of one of those like, hey, Chelsea are still signing sperm and shit like that. It's like, okay, this isn't really news.
No, we have gone too far.
I get it.
The football community's gone too far.
Young kids. Okay.
Yeah, it's trying to prove a point about Chelsea still signing young kids and shit like that. I'm like, I don't think this
I
is
remember
real news.
17 being pretty much the youngest you'd talk about. It wasn't really that young when transfer news. Now it's 15-year-olds like Scott said, Fabrizio tweeting. It's getting out of hand. They shouldn't do that. I don't think.
Trying to see if I can find it because it wasn't that far away from where I was looking. Yeah, it was just dumb. I was like, why I'm not gonna report this. I don't even know if this is real. Because apparently also there's a law, right? Before the age of 16, you can't be signed to a I don't even know what the specifics are. But I think you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's the same thing us and Barcelona got done for. It's the reason why we got the transfer ban. Back when we did in 2019, it's because of you get it for. I don't know what the actual term is, but it's like dealing with transfers of minors, basically.
I thought it was young
players. Notice how us and Barca got. This goes back to my point, by the way. Notice how us and Barca got done for that.
Okay, I found it. See, I don't show you this. I know you don't care. I don't show you this. This is weird news. I don't know if I should even report this.
Sorry, that wasn't aimed at you. I'm aiming it why is this dude tweeting about this?
It's
going too far,
have agendas.
On a serious note, who outside of his family gives a shit?
I don't know who this guy is or this kid, and I'm not gonna watch him.
No, we're not gonna know this kid.
How the fuck would you be able to watch him anyways?
This kid is at oldest 13. Games? If he's playing for under 14s, he's most likely 13 or 14. He's not playing for the first team for 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you tweeting about a guy like this?
Yeah,
I just don't understand. It
the 16-year-old and shit. Okay, you could potentially see another Lamine Yamal, maybe something like that. But
yeah, but you normally talk about he was at this club when he's at this age or whatever. When he's done it as older. No, they put a name. Wait, he put his full name in.
Yes.
I guess so. Isaac
Yeah, they need to take the kids off the spotlight of that on your platform.
I'm not a fan. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't have to talk about U14s. I didn't even bring this up. This was given to me months ago, and I'm like, I'm not going to talk about this. I don't even know if this is real.
Who put that in the Discord?
People with agendas.
What?
Believe it or not, there are people with agendas in the Discord. It's not a.
Put in the private
like
chat.
people-
Put in the private chat who it was.
You know who it is, CP.
I don't. I want
You
private
do. You
chat.
do. If you think hard enough, you do. You can even.
There's
First
one
name
person
that comes to mind.
There's only one person that
in
comes to
private
mind. But
chat.
it can't be him that put like. It can't be him that put this in the Discord.
I don't think it was you. I don't think it's who you think it is, but I think
Yeah, no,
CP
I don't
knows
think
who
it is as well.
No,
But-
I don't know either. I'm blanking out.
Take a wild guess, and I'll confirm in a private chat. But anyways,
Is it you,
continuing on.
Marshall?
No, it's not me.
Oh, okay.
The third loan expected to arrive at Strasbourg is the attacking midfielder Kendry Paes. Continuing on, this is something that actually got done. I'm actually curious. This is the striker you're talking about, right, Scott?
Yes.
So Strasbourg have reached an agreement with personal terms on Joaquin Panicelli, 22-year-old center forward, and the striker is keen on the move. Negotiations advancing between Strasbourg and Alaves. There is confidence to get the deal done already this week. Continuing on, Strasbourg is set to finalize Joaquin Panicelli's signing from Alaves for 60 million euros. Player agreed a 4-year contract. River Plate will receive 20% of the total fee. And we also have here, understanding RC Strasbourg don't want to sell Diogo Moreira this summer. The only way to get rid of the bid, the only way would be a bid of 30 million euro fee. Considering we got this player on a free and sold it to Strasbourg for relatively cheap, this is an insane profit. Atalanta and PL clubs are interested, but Strasbourg won't sell for 20 million euro reported fee. And lastly, this news just broke out today. Chelsea development squad coach Felipe Coelho is set to leave his post to become Liam Rosinier's assistant at RC Strasbourg. So big up to Felipe. We forgot about him. He's been here for a while. He was the one that replaced who was the one that everyone lost their freaking minds over? Starts with a B.
Or Neil Bath.
Yeah, Neil Bath. He's the one that replaced Neil Bath.
Did he?
And everyone was devastated about. But yeah, a bit of news there on Strasbourg. I think I'm actually kind of excited for Strasbourg as well. They look like they're building a decent team over there that are actually going to challenge. Well, not challenge for the league. I mean, it's hard to be PSG, but challenge to get into top 4. I should say that. What do you guys think? Any thoughts? Joaquin Phoenix. I almost said that a few times. Also, CP, you didn't take a guess, man? Come on, you gotta take a guess.
Dude, I honestly am blanking out. That's what I'm asking. I literally don't know. My brain is fried today.
All right. If you had to think of one person who has an agenda on the
who?
Discord.
On who though?
On the Discord.
Okay, here.
Wait, he has agenda on the Discord.
No,
He has
no, it's
agenda
not
against the Discord or
No, agenda, Chelsea agenda, but it's in
Chris,
the Discord.
help me guess names. Dude, put in the private chat. Let's guess, man. I can't.
It's like you guys would know. You want Diego Moreira back at Chelsea.
I
where
don't.
would he play? Back up to Cuckoo?
He would be left. He's a left wing back, so that's something
Yeah.
like occupying the inverting / overlapping. I can kind of see it, but we're getting Hato.
Yeah. I do have Pender's news in here today's show. I didn't add it to this one because he has so many tweets that I'm just kind of I wanted to say her for that. But no, it's not that. It's also no, that's not your answer. That's not the answer, Chris.
Oh.
But yeah, we'll talk about Pender's shortly. But yeah, Strasbourg news, a lot of moves being made. So definitely Strasbourg is definitely going to be a team to keep an eye on for sure. And we'll see how things develop over there. They look like they're going to be building an exciting team, and Rosignol has been doing a good job of developing these players, as we see with Santos and Moreira and a few other players in there as well. So moving on to the next topic, outgoings, an outgoings roundup. So let's talk about a few of the players outgoing that aren't making the big news, and let's get you guys updated on some of these players who could potentially see their way out of Chelsea this season. Let's start off with this first tweet to give us a summary of what's going on with our outgoings. This was as of July 22nd, so 5 days ago. Chelsea are optimistic there will be departures soon. Here's the latest from Simon Johnson. Chelsea have dropped their asking price by 22 million for Christopher Nkunku, who has admirers in the Premier League, Italy, and Germany. In January, Chelsea valued the French international at 65 million pounds, a figure that now has been cut to 50 million euros, around 43.3 million pounds. João Felix is a subject of talks, which will come. I'll just skip the Felix part because we kind of already know what's going to happen. But there has been links to Portugal and Saudi Pro League for the Portuguese player. Athletic Madrid have joined Bayern Munich and one Premier League club in the race for 21-year-old Renato Vega. Chelsea won a minimum of 40 million euro, and Raheem Sterling has began preseason training last week, and a Champions League club in Europe is keen to sign him. An offer of 20 million pounds will be accepted. Now, let's get into some details here. So, yesterday we heard that breaking talks, a swap deal between Nkunku and Garnacho are cooling down, with Chelsea demanding a straight sell around 35 million pounds. Manchester United are interested. So happy to hear that Garnacho talks are dying down. They never really ramped up to begin with. It was always just interest, speculation, interest in the player, yada, yada, yada. In terms of Axel Disasi, Naum is in contact with the staff of Blueco and would like to bring Axel Disasi in, but the Saudi club will have competition. Villarreal are due to make a loan offer on Tuesday to launch negotiations, but Chelsea will prefer a permanent transfer, according to L'Equipe. Continuing on, Villarreal is expected to make a loan offer for Axel Disasi today and begin negotiations with Chelsea. That was as of the 22nd, so 5 days ago. No update on this, really. Breaking. Well, speaking of updates, breaking. Chelsea are asking for 30 million euros for Axel Disasi, with Villarreal and Newcastle hoping to secure his signature. So Newcastle now jumping into the picture. We move on. Chelsea has rejected offers to sell Mark Guiu. They are looking at a loan, with the preference being for the striker to stay in England. Chelsea have opened doors to a loan move for Mark Guiu. No buy option will be included. The clear priority for Chelsea is a loan in England. Chelsea are assessing different loan options for Aaron Anselmino. So for those of you who do not know, Mamadou Sarr has been purchased from Strasbourg this summer and then loaned back to Strasbourg. I think that was a blunder, but apparently there might be more to it than the eye sees. We'll find out later on, I'm sure, and we'll report it. But as a result of Mamadou Sarr going back to Strasbourg, it looks like Aaron Anselmino's services there will not be needed, and he will be looking for another loan somewhere else, probably a domestic loan. Josh Achimpong has been also linked with some moves. Crystal Palace want to sign Josh Achimpong on loan. And also we have here Josh Achimpong admired by Bournemouth as they seek a new center half. Yeah, that's true, actually. That would be a good move for him, considering they lost Huijsen, and who was the center back that's also linked with the move? Zabarni, right? He's linked with a move out of Bournemouth, PSG. I believe. PSG. So, as far as we're aware, Chelsea do not want to sell Achimpong. They want to just do a loan, potentially. He might even potentially stay. I think Maresca also said he wants him to stay, but we'll see with that one. And then lastly, Gusto isn't looking to move club this summer, and it would be unlikely Chelsea entertain any bids. And that's coming from some links saying that Malo Gusto remains one of the Bayern Munich's prime targets. So some moves there to discuss. Anything of interest to you guys that you wanted to bring up?
Not particularly. Like, it's good that a lot of these guys are going, and there's interest. Like all of those guys that were on the first thing just need to go. Gusto, I'm still in the stage of I don't care whether he stays or goes at all. The Achimpong things I'm really unsure about for two reasons. Number one is I need to know what the plan is with him positionally speaking, because sending him to Bournemouth is all well and good if these guys see him as a centre back going forward, but if they see him as a right back, doesn't make much sense to me. If you're going to send
him to play as a centre back, or do you prefer him as a right back, or develop as a right back?
I think develop as a right back personally. It would. The problem is, I think it would depend. If you were sending him to a club that played a three at the back system, where he was going to play as like the wide centre back, then cool, I understand that. But he'll play in a back two. Like if he goes Bournemouth, he'll play in a back two. which I'm fine with him doing if the plan is for him to be a centre back going forward. But I just feel like with the plethora of centre backs we have, and with how well he's done, like stepping into midfield and whatnot, which I feel like if you're playing centre back, it's a bit harder to do. Like Tosin doesn't do it. I think actually the only centre back we've had that's done it is Chalobah when he's had to. And Josh has been really good when he's had to step into midfield for the most part. See, I'm a bit unsure about the second thing is like what I just talked about with Gusto in terms of if he does go out, like Josh is the backup right back for me behind James. So I'm in two minds because at the same time, so he's getting game time. Like he is getting game time, or he would be getting game time, I should say, because they've just lost. They'll have lost two centre backs. Senesi for me probably will be one of their centre backs, but there's still an opening. Checked earlier, I don't think they have any other centre backs currently. Well, they probably do. I'm just forgetting about them. Oh no, they have got at least one, but he's 18 as well. They've got a couple of guys. He probably would get game time then. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, the rest of us said just get rid of them. Like just get them gone.
I don't disagree. Anyone else? Any?
I was gonna say I'm
opinions?
glad we're not selling what's his name, Mark Gurhey. Gooey.
I got you.
Goddamn name is.
Hey Blues, this is how to say my name, Mark Gill.
Mark,
There you go.
yeah. But yeah, like, because I feel like we could maybe get 15-20 million from him probably now, but like, I'd rather us try.
Really?
Probably,
I mean, to be
yeah.
fair, he had a good time in the conference league.
Like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
maybe 15.
and that's why I said 15-20. I don't know how much exactly. I feel like it's between that.
There's a good player there.
And when you saw even like, I think he like later on, like maybe it's against West Ham, he came on and helped change the game. Like there is something about him. I feel like he could be a decent or good strike in the future. But yeah, like I'd want us to try to hold off and see what happens in like the next 12 months to like 18 months or something. See what he is on his loan. Hopefully, it's a good loan for him as well because we'll definitely loan him off. But yeah, I want us to keep him for another season. I thought he looked good in the Conference League as well, like you just said. So yeah.
He got a hat trick against.
He's got the right build
Noah.
as well. I quite like him as striker too.
Mm-hmm.
He's like what 6 foot.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's 6 foot.
And he's quite built.
He's
as
got
well.
good leap on him too.
He's not lean like string of shit or something like I guess like Tammy or something. He's yeah. No, like Tammy just couldn't hold up anything. He's always dropped down to the ground.
Yeah, that's true. To be fair, he's I like his aerial ability, Marguiu. He seems to have some good aerial ability as well. That we'll see. I wouldn't mind if he stayed. To be honest, just give him a loan, developing. If his loans ends up being really good, then potentially as a third striker option or a second striker option, depending on how our striker situation looks like at the end of the season.
Tammy goes, I wonder,
I know there was talk. I don't know if it will happen, but I know there was talk of him going on loan to Ipswich. That'd be a really good loan.
Oh yeah, that was in the beginning of the summer, and it's
that would be a really good loan for him.
Because we got rid of Delap.
I don't know if they've replaced Delap. I don't know if they've got another striker, and they probably have, and I've just forgotten about it. The only issue I have is I do also like I don't like the idea. People are in this mindset of we have to have 3 strikers, which sure, whatever, I guess. If we need 3 strikers, he should be the third guy. You are stunting his development a bit. Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. What they should probably do, but they're never going to do because of this model, is you loan him out and you go and get some 34-year-old who's happy sitting on the bench every week as your third choice striker, like we have with Giroud. If only he hadn't have gone to Lille. You go and get someone like that. But they won't do that. So in that case, it probably would need to be him because Shem still wasn't ready for men's football.
Well, isn't right now, unless we sell Tammy, Tammy's our third striker as it stands.
Tammy?
We don't sell him. Tammy? Oh my god, I said Tammy once and I got my head. I mean Nicholas Jackson.
That's also true.
Stays, would he be our
third choice striker?
Nicholas Jackson.
Just need to remind you, Chris. It's not Tammy.
No, I just mentioned Tammy once, and then yeah, he's in my head.
Yeah. What were you saying, Scott? I'm sorry.
Oh no, like, yeah, but like if they need a third choice striker, which I don't know if they do, he would probably be that guy. Unless you are going to keep Jackson, which if they do, I'm fine with. Like I haven't really got an opinion on that one way or the other. But yeah, so like if they're going to do that, then cool. But like ultimately, just do right by him. That's why I feel like with most of these young players, is just do right by them.
Yeah, I like you. If he gets a good loan, I'm all for it. If we sell Jackson, I'm all for him staying as a third option as well. He's recovered, so give him playtime in Carabao Cup, FA Cup. Like, there's a good player in there. I'll say in terms of Axel Disasi, I'm surprised there's so many clubs that are actually showing interest in him. I think there's a good traditional center back there. It just didn't work out at Chelsea, especially last season because he was played at right back so often. For some reason, Unai Emery did the same thing as well. I just don't understand why these clubs love playing this guy at right back. But as like a right-sided center back, if you put a good midfield in front of him, I think he does a good job. You know, don't ask him to do anything else than defend and block the box. And he's good enough to do that job. And Nkunku, I'm on, you know what? I'm kind of on the fence with Nkunku. I'm more inclined to sell him than to keep him, but I'm not going to be too upset if he stays, considering this new system looks to benefit him a lot more than it did before.
I don't know, because I don't know where he fits, because the amount of players, if we get Xavi Simons then, right, as well, I don't know where that guy fits, Marshall. He's on the
there'll be rotation though, right? Like
yeah, he's gonna be the backup though. Like he's never.
He's gonna be the backup to the backup of Cole Palmer. Nope. Bye.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Even Esteban wants to play in the 10. He's a backup.
I think he's gonna run the Club World Cup too, Marshall. But like, I just see where.
Yeah, he's gonna be the backup to the backup.
To the backup.
To be fair, there's no real point in really even discussing him staying because it seems like Fabrizio's convinced he's guaranteed to go.
I think he is too.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go.
He fits no more.
But if Simmons comes through, then you guys bring up a good point. There's like really no room for him.
That's also a very good point that he makes. I'm not having the backup of the backup be on 100 or 200 grand a week. Or
yeah, that's a good point.
190, 200 grand a week.
No, but Scott, he's not even backup to the backup because remember
he would be.
No. When Esteban joined, they were also like he wants to kind of play the 10. So technically, if I'm
I feel like he's the backup to like that right hand side. Like he'd be the thing is Nkunku would be either the backup to the backup of the left hand side or the backup to the backup of the number 10, or maybe even if he's number 10, he's the backup of the backup of the backup.
No, that's what I'm saying. For the 10, he's the backup to the backup to the backup. Because I'm gonna prioritize Esteban being in the 10 over Nkunku.
It does sound ridiculous.
What?
The backup.
Yeah, exactly. He's not even the third choice. He's the fourth choice for a number 10.
Oh, shit, bro. The backup to the backup to the backup.
I'm just saying the backup to the backup, man. Like,
what the fuck? The backup in
saying it a bit too many times. Yeah, it's
back up again, ole. Yeah, fucking A, bro.
Like 200K for a fourth string in the 10 position and a third string in the left wing. Yeah, fuck off. I'm sorry.
I'm good. Yeah,
I'm not paying 200K for that kind of.
You guys are right. You know what? I realized the error in my ways. You guys are right. He needs to go. Fair enough.
No, what you saw, like. You just saw he did well in the Club World Cup, and you know that goal he scored for you. You're always going to remember it to your life.
You're such a fucking asshole. Like, it has nothing to do with the goal he scored.
Hey, Chris. I love that. That was some petty shit. I appreciate that, Chris.
I remember the goal for that moment, just for you.
Yeah. Hey, Marsh, you're gonna remember the goal for the rest of your life, right? Remember goals.
So you thought like maybe have a chance at this club, but like when Xavi Simons comes in, he is 100% gone.
I just hope you know when we do the Chelsea Casually Chelsea Awards show, I'm nominating that goal as one of the best moments of the season. Okay,
and you're gonna be the only one who's gonna.
Just letting you know, there's gonna be some sort of like biased corruption, and it's gonna somehow win.
When you see it nominated, you'll know who did it. I will be
And
there.
Chris, when we see one vote for that goal, we know who it is. There you go. I want to say.
I might
there.
vote.
Do you care though? Who will be there?
Fucking ridiculous. Which, by the way, Chris and CP, you guys are gonna be there. We'll do it on the Saturday. I'll let you know when.
This Saturday?
But, I don't know about this Saturday. Maybe the following. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. And I'll let you guys know. But yeah, ladies and gents, before we move on to the meats and potato of today's stream, be sure to smash up the like button. It helps out tremendously. We're almost at 75 likes, so that'd be fantastical if you guys can do that. I mean, do it for the.
What is your go-to Mackie D's order?
Nugget.
Do it for the nuggets. So go ahead, smash up the like button, and then subscribe to the channel if you're new. So let's actually get to the big news bomba that dropped today, and that's gonna be the João Felix news, ladies and gents. Let's go ahead and talk about it.
Good
Felix,
fucking riddance.
here we go. No surfer here to celebrate with us, but if we say João Felix one more time, maybe he shows up. João Felix.
Good fucking riddance.
Here we go. So starting off with how it started and how it ended, because it was a hijacking, ladies and gents. Sporting Benfica, I think it's Sporting League Benfica, as that SL means. It doesn't matter. Benfica are still pushing to sign João Felix as reported. A deal is understood to be likely, and the players' camp are optimistic about completing the return. The 25-year-old is open to joining Benfica. He is under contract with Chelsea until 2031, according to Sky Sports. I've been reporting this for about 2 weeks now. This has been like in this, Benfica want him, but they can't afford him. Benfica want him, can't afford him. Okay, we continue on. Negotiations between Benfica and Chelsea for João Felix are ongoing. Benfica are now open to negotiating a permanent deal based on Chelsea's request for Felix, who is keen on a move. Then we had here inklings of what was happening in the background. Saudi Arabian clubs have joined the race to sign João Felix. Chelsea have already been approached by the PIF. And then slowly but surely, the news started breaking out. João Felix goes to Al Nassr. According to CM Journal, the 25-year-old player accepted the proposal of the Saudi Arabian team. Fabrizio, and this is all happening early morning yesterday, late last night yesterday for me. Al Nassr are in advanced talks to sign João Felix and hijack Benfica's move. Understand, Al Nassr have sent permanent deal proposals to Chelsea and contract proposal to João. The agreement is close as final details are set to be discussed in the next 24 to 48 hours. Breaking, Al Nassr close to signing João Felix after outbidding Benfica. Chelsea set to receive over £40 million. Cha-ching. According to Ben Jacobs, João Felix set to join Al Nassr for fee in the region of 50 million euros, 43.7 million pounds. According to London is first. And Fabrizio also saying here, João Felix and Al Nassr deal considered at final stages with Chelsea and players' side. Understand, João said yes to Al Nassr proposal, and the two clubs are finalizing terms. And here we go. The Here We Go Bumble, ladies and gents. Exclusive. Al Nassr agreed deal to sign João Felix from Chelsea. Here we go. Player authorized to fly for medical and join all Al Nassr. Initial transfer fee worth 30 million euros plus add-ons and a heavy sell-on clause to meet Chelsea's 50 million euro evaluation in the future. Paperwork being prepared as we speak. João Felix to Benfica was very close, but Cristiano Ronaldo called him, and he said yes to Al Nassr. Thank you, Cristiano Ronaldo. We owe you one. Understand, Fabrizio Romano saying this, my understanding is Chelsea will receive an immediate fee of 30 million euros. Plus, they have an important heavy sell-on clause and add-ons. Chelsea feel internally they have a guaranteed fee of 50 million euros minimum for João Felix, who will travel to the preseason camp of Al Nassr. He spoke to Cristiano Ronaldo as well. Chelsea also banked £5 million from AC Milan for the loan move back in February. So that's where the profit, I guess, comes in. Cristiano Ronaldo wants Al Nassr to sign Chelsea's Marc Cucurella, which that's another little topic I wanted to throw in there. But yeah, João Felix, done. He's gone. Profit, minimal profit, but it's profit regardless. We did it. We got rid of one of the players that I was actually freaking worried we weren't going to get rid of just because of the price tag. But here we are. Chelsea directors working some miracles. CP, we'll start with you, man. What do you think about all this, and what do you do with Cucurella?
First, I just want to say, Surfer, my brother, where are you? because
Mhm.
I remember watching Sarcasm City TV. We were on Sarcasm City playback, laughing at João Felix missing a penalty in the Euros and being like, "Thank God he's not a part of Chelsea anymore." And then he joins our fucking institution, and we're like, "Fuck this shit." And then during this fucking year, when he went to AC Milan, we were both like, "We can't even diss him because he's coming back. We're free. We're free once again." I can't believe this. I'm not gonna jinx any other players that are linked with our. I'm not gonna say one bad thing about them because I don't want them to join our club. Well,
I need him at the club.
praise be to whatever higher being there is, because like I've been saying this year, God must love Chelsea, because thank the Lord, heavens above, that we fucking got. You know what, Marshall? I didn't know how much money you could get just for looking like Kaká. I now know. You know what? When I have a kid, fuck this shit. I'm getting plastic surgery when he's 12 to look like Kaká. I'm gonna make him be technical enough with football and be like, you know what, bro? We're gonna ride your coattails all the way to being millionaires, because my fucking God, this man has made a career out of quote unquote being technical and looking like Kaká's love child. I don't understand. I am so fucking glad. You know what? As a Chelsea fan, fuck you, Cristiano Ronaldo, because of the Champions League. But thank you. You have slightly repaid that suffering that I experienced back then with convincing this fraud to join Saudi, because Benfica, with their cheap asses, were apparently struggling, putting all their resources into putting for 25 million fucking euros for João Felix. But thanks to you, we got 30 million with add-ons, which I think most likely will be achievable, and a sell-on clause. Thank God. Thank you, Cristiano Ronaldo. You know what? In my head, don't worry. You have the same amount of Ballon d'Ors as Messi. You know what I'm saying? For this transfer alone, you have the same amount of Ballon d'Ors as Messi right now. Big up to Cristiano Ronaldo. And once again, thank you to whatever higher being there is for getting this fucking waste man out of my fucking club. And just, I want Dark to hold this for one last time. You lost in so many ways, Dark. Because first of all, even though Nkunku and Dark
Nkunku outlast Felix, you know. Jesus Christ.
even though Nkunku and Felix got the same amount of goals in the league, at least my boy scored more in the Conference League. And also Nkunku stayed longer in Chelsea. So hold that, Dark. Hold that. I still won this war in Nkunku v Felix. Even though I thought it was going to be a better war. I thought it was going to be a better war. What a shit war it was. It was the shittiest war ever. But fuck it, I still won. Hold that, Dark. Hold that.
Any thoughts? The rest of the panel.
Sorry, I just had to diatribe.
I'll let you guys have your say.
I'm just glad he's gone, man.
days.
Just thank the Lord Jesus Christ. It's just.
But Scott, we should give him another chance.
I never, ever in my life want to hear his name. Ever. I don't want to see, read, hear, be communicated in sign language, feel braille of this guy's name.
Morse code too. Morse code. Fuck Morse code. No.
I don't want to. Like, never associate this guy's name with football at all. I had a look, by the way. He's going to be 26 in November. 26.
I thought he was like 24. Yeah.
He's currently 25. He'll be 26 in November.
Okay.
How much? He has had the most nothing career. Marshall, are you on a call or are you on mute? He's on a call.
He's on call.
Yeah, he's just had the most nothing career. He's in Saudi at 25, sorry. Soon to be 26. Because no one else.
Youngest, like.
It's not because no one else. It's not because, like. It's not a case of, he's being offered life-altering money, which he can't turn down. No one else wanted him outside of Benfica.
But even Benfica were being cheapos about it.
I mean, Benfica
No,
can hold
I'm
it,
not
man. They can
surprised,
hold it.
but Benfica, he left them like 7 years ago.
It would have been full circle if he joined them again. Of nothing, really. Like Scott said. How much was he went to Atletico? Like 120 million?
105,
Oh my
150.
days!
I-
Actually,
yeah.
that's a good question. Let me look.
Like
up
that,
€20.
like I don't get it. It's like just because the way he looks, like Kaká 2.0,
Yeah, because
like look quite.
looks like Kaká's love child. Yeah.
And yeah, he's a good like comp like merchant as well on like YouTube and
Bro,
he's
not
good
even
on
a
the.
good comp merchant, man. Like his comps are.
Oh, that's how
shit.
people start jizzing over him. Like oh look how good he is. Like he's good and techy. Like that's why
No, right.
I heard. No, but that's what I heard. Like before he joined Chelsea, like oh he's so technical and all
I'm
that.
looking here.
Even Will likes him, but Will's like got good knowledge. But like yeah, he rated this guy as well for some reason.
the fee. What's MV on
And what?
transfer market mean? Move.
I think it's just millions. Like I don't actually.
Let me go to.
So the fee that I'm seeing here from Benfica to Atletico Madrid is 127 million euros.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what he went for. Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! That's so much money, and it just
Even
didn't
we
work
still
out.
sold him for a bit of money. If he holds out at Al Nassr's it. If he holds out, we can get 43 million pounds.
Cool.
I wonder what the add-ons are. To be fair,
Yeah, I need to know.
and how much of a selling
As long as,
fee
as, long,
is.
as long as they're easy and he can
Oh.
hit them, like
So MV is market value based on what
Okay.
transfer
Or
market.
market
thinks,
value,
and
not NV.
market
yeah,
value,
yeah.
and then fee is the actual fee paid.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Just,
Here's like, here's the thing. Like, João Felix to me is like a street baller. You know what I'm saying? Like
A futsal player.
probably,
Yeah.
yeah,
Go to,
probably,
you should go to Olympics
good.
and play futsal.
yeah, like probably one of those.
He would be
When it
great
comes
at
to
baller
playing in a
league.
team, yeah, baller league. When
Yeah,
it comes to playing in
Baller
a
league.
team,
That's so
Like-
fucking funny. That's so
That's
fucking
kind of-
funny.
Hey, they would
Futsal
love that, man.
dimension.
A
Yeah,
Chelsea
yeah.
League's joining Border League.
You know how good he would be.
bro, that's probably his next move.
Yeah, he
It
would
might
like
be
a legend
baller
in
league,
baller.
yo. I'm just saying, like, there's a good individual player.
No, there isn't.
There.
What
I
do you
think
mean?
there is a good individual
isn't.
player.
You say
the-
like
the-
for technical ability on the ball, like you can dribble past people, you can take on
Yeah,
players,
yeah.
and
That's
then
it.
after
Like,
that, then
nice to look, has some individual
he's not a
moments,
shooter.
but he
Marshall,
sucks
you know
at
who
being in a
else
team.
No, he just sucks playing football. All this technical ability, that's cool. Do you know who else apparently had technical ability when they were younger or when they played? Ravel Morrison. He was stinking it up in
Oh.
DC United like 2-3 years ago. Like he's just shit. Like Felix is just a nothing footballer. A nothing
I mean,
footballer. He
Can
he
we
is
class
a he's
Sancho
all
like that? I
style
don't know
and
if
no
we do.
substance. That's all he is. He's all style and no substance.
No,
He can do the little
Sancho.
flicks.
Sancho had more.
He's a
substance.
bit better. He's
Yeah,
definitely a bit better.
Sancho had way
Sancho was
substance.
more effective.
Mm.
You know,
That's that's ultimately what it is, because you have players that are like very much style and not a lot of substance. Like Sancho ended up having moments like that. There were also moments he had that were the other way, but it was way too inconsistent for us to make it
I think
permanent.
Anthony Taylor,
kind of
not
what he's shown
Anthony
in
Taylor,
in the
Taylor.
Prem.
to be
Dortmund
fair
was
to
different.
Sancho too, like what Scott's saying, right? To be fair to Sancho, and Dortmund was different. He had like a target man to like get goals from. Like Sancho is a creator, and we just didn't have someone that can make the best use of his creative abilities.
That's what
I don't know what Felix is, to be honest. He's just
Felix is a nothing player. He is nothing.
Yeah.
He is flicks and tricks and nothing else.
guys.
can't shoot.
Imagine
He can't shoot for shit. His link up play is okay. His dribbling is very good. His defensive work rate is non-existent. His positional
Yeah.
understanding of where to be sometimes on the pitch is very hit and miss. He is not. He is just a nothing player. He is an absolute nothing player, and I feel ashamed that I got blinded during that season he was here on loan. But I think that's just because he was the best of a very shit bunch.
His first game, he got red carded, right? And we all just said proper
Yeah,
chance.
no, but like that low
Yeah,
move,
shit.
he was okay.
he
Yeah.
was okay in the
He
long
was.
run.
He showed
Unlucky.
his 10. I say he showed intent. There was some unluckiness with the shooting in terms of like hitting the post or the crossbar.
Yeah.
Like he was okay, but I think he shone. Well, not necessarily shone, but he looked better because Mount sucked. Havertz sucked. Werner, I think he was still there. Sucked. Like all these players.
I mean,
were
Werner
just-
can shoot.
The
either,
bar
so-
was on
the
the floor.
The bar was the lowest in terms of this attack. It's probably the lowest it's ever been.
Yeah, it's true.
Even with our
I mean,
attack.
I was there with him in the first
previously.
loan. I liked him this first loan. After that,
But I feel ashamed that because when he came back, I felt a level of not excitement, but I was like, okay, I can see how this can work. I think there's a player in there, bro. He sucks, man. He is tragically bad.
You know what's crazy too? He literally went on loan to AC Milan, and the hype was so powerful around João Felix that they essentially forced AC Milan to move to Johnny Reinders from a position he was flourishing in, just to try to shoehorn this guy in for a whole lot of bullshit and basically derail their season more than it already was.
I looked this up a moment ago. Let me check something. Do you know what's nuts, by the way?
Yeah.
His best season, probably, depending on whether you want to look from a numbers perspective or performances.
Sure.
Good for him with his 80
season?
career goals. As I'm about to show you, 15 of those, by the way, 15 of those. Sorry, not 15 of those. A quarter of those were in his one season at Benfica.
Oh, wow.
A quarter of those 80 career goals were in his one season with Benfica, which was, checks notes, 7 years ago.
Wait, 15 goals was the highest he ever reached in a season?
He got 20 goals in all comps at Benfica. Since then, 9, 10, 10, 5, 4,
That's
Jesus
not good.
Christ, 10,
That's not good.
7, 3.
That's not good at all.
I was about to say his best season, arguably, since leaving Benfica, as I said, checks notes, 7 years ago, was at Barcelona.
Holy shit. Nicholas Jackson is better than him.
yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah,
He's had I
Bro,
will say
I
he's had an amazing career in terms of like money.
I could name you players currently on some of the promoted teams that are better than him.
Oh my god. This is why it annoys me, because there are actual fans out there that will prop this player up, and in the same token will say Jackson is shit. It's like, brother, do you know who you're talking about? And honestly, like, any final words on Felix, or can I just move on to
like
Jackson?
I said, I'll reiterate what I said earlier. Good fucking riddance.
Okay. Anything you want to say, Chris? Or
Nah, Scott said it perfectly, I think.
okay. Let's actually. I want to move on to Jackson because he's the next topic. Because I don't like the narrative being put out there on Jackson. It's starting to actually annoy me. So Jackson the stay is essentially the news that we have. Let's get some of these tweets out there. So according to Fabrizio, as of yesterday, he says, keep an eye on Nicholas Jackson. There are now several clubs trying to understand the situation with this agent and the camp. One to watch. Another bit of news here is that Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson has been added to the list of Newcastle's attacking targets, with Aston Villa's Ali Watkins also in their thoughts. A deal for Brentford's Yunus Visa is not dead yet, and an inquiry has been made for Benjamin Sesko of Red Bull Leipzig. So I don't know if we talked about this last show, but I believe it's been made pretty clear that we're not going to make a move for Alexander Isak. He's not in our plans. And I guess we kind of already invested in the strikers we were going to get. From a financial point of view, I guess it doesn't really make much sense, but who knows? There can be things that there can be actions made that can then make space for a player like Isak, but I don't think wage-wise. He's a player I think I probably
don't think
would.
Isak could be on like over 200. So
He wants 300k.
does he? Wait, Liverpool
Yeah.
went there, no.
I
There's no way.
think I don't know
There's
what
no
he's on
way.
at the moment, but I imagine he would end up wanting like 250 minimum. I don't know how reliable it is, but it came from Lewis, and I know his source has been very reliable in the past for certain things. I don't know how reliable it is. Apparently, Isak was one of the 4 players on a list that we were willing to break the wage bracket for, wage but whatever it is.
Yeah, he's like I
That's
would
what-
break the model for, because
Wait,
he is that kind of player. But
over 250k?
yeah,
Just whatever it is, like make him like you can say 300k, whatever it is. Like apparently he was one of 4 players.
yeah. And then the last tweet here is Chelsea are planning on Nicholas Jackson being with the rest of the squad for the upcoming season, according to Bobby Vincent. And then we have comments like this: please no, I can't deal with this next season. Well, brother, you're not going to have to deal with it.
I was just
One-
saying, like,
Choice anyway, it doesn't really matter.
I find it like the whole Jackson thing for me is just like weird in terms of we all know there is a 1% chance of him being the starting striker for us next season. It's a 1% chance. So him staying doesn't really mean anything because he's not going to play most of the year anyway. Like he's not going to start. He's not going to really get much minutes because he's not even really going to be the backup. I don't think that'll be the lap. He's literally there as like injury backup, which for like 6 months, because I do think once it gets to January, if he hasn't really played, plus he's just going to have come back from AFCON. If he has a good tournament, which I don't know if he's going to play, but say he has a good tournament, there might be a feeling from him of like just wanting to play, which I get. So it's potentially 6 months to a season of just him being third choice, and then he's most likely gone next season if he hasn't gone this summer or in January.
But I think
who cares?
I think the narrative, because again, like, and Chris knows exactly who I'm talking about, and Scott probably does too. But like, there's literally fans out there that are saying when we were talking about Garnacho earlier, the swap deal, like, I'd rather Garnacho than Jackson. Like, dude,
wait, what?
There are people literally that think that.
I know one person, but he's a professional troll and he's an actual moron, so I don't really care.
This one's not a professional
Actually, I was just
troll.
saying, the two people that I know for a fact would be like that. One has permanent brain damage and one's a professional troll. So I don't actually care what they have to say on football.
I prefer really not to speak.
The name will remain.
No, one just has a stronger
undisclosed.
like.
No, I'll be real, but both of them just do a quick scroll through Chelsea Twitter and you'll probably be able to gather who both those people are. I'll be so honest with yourself.
It's just one of those things that like people. And listen, I understand the. I don't know if resentment's the right word, but the anger towards Nicholas Jackson because of the situation he put the club in last season, towards the end of the season, and also during the Club World Cup, which. Had we not had João Pedro, had we not had Liam Delap and the directors actually moved the way they did in that window, then maybe it's a different circumstance that happens in Club World Cup, right? But when you take out those negatives, right? I'm not saying forget them. Obviously, they're part of the grand scheme of things, but I feel like people have a recency bias and they like to focus on just a negative aspect of Nicholas Jackson's game. It wasn't that long ago where, and funnily enough, I literally rewatched the Casually Chelsea Awards that we did last year. At the end of last season, we were contemplating, we nominated this guy for Player of the Season because of the 14 goals he was able to get us without any penalties. For 30 million and 35 million euros that he cost us, which is next to nothing in his first professional season. And then it wasn't that long ago where up until I want to say November, where the goals start to dry up, where we were having conversations in comparison of this guy to Erling Haaland because of the form he was in. And it looked like, oh, we might not need Osimhen anymore because this guy is actually starting to score goals now.
Yeah, that might have been.
I don't think Haaland. I was making cases he's better than Watkins. That was my hill that I was dying on, and then it fucking died real quick.
Sure, like, I don't.
But
I know
But
what
it's
Mark's
just like-
saying because like form wise,
There's the extremes.
I don't
is
know.
what I'm
I don't
saying.
know if like he's gonna ever be banned. Haaland is like a freak. You've seen the goals he scored since he joined City in games. It's crazy. But like, yeah, like he was getting quite consistently, like the shooting and his goals, and then with me and CP was talking to someone on Discord, like saying like he gets a goal every 2 games, something. So it's not so bad, is it? And then we got. Put we got put in as like some sort of split, like we just got done over after that.
We fucked. We got fucked.
We spoke too soon.
We got fucked over. I remember this, Chris. We got fucked over. Me and Chris were backing him.
Yeah.
Because some person that we all know And hey, he won the war. He won the war. But it's not even
there's
that.
some things I beat him on. So
It's that since when he even came back from injury, his link-up play was gone. Even his link-up decision making was non-existent. And in the Club World Cup, he had one goal that was part of the link-up play, which was okay. And other than that, he was mid. And I told you, he's dead to me. The second he got that Newcastle red, he was dead to me.
Yeah.
No,
and I get that, but I don't think you're even saying he's a shit player.
The other one.
Double red card, yeah.
But I think
he's a shit player, but I want him gone this summer.
There's a difference though, CP. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want him
it's
gone
okay to
this
want
summer
him gone
just because of market value. Because if he's going to be my third string, and then I also don't know if he's going to play in AFCON, but because last season
he's definitely playing AFCON.
He'll definitely go to AFCON.
I want to see that.
People in Senegal love him, man.
I don't know the Senegal.
Yeah, but he wasn't the star last time he played.
Marshall.
He's much better than he was last time he played.
No, last AFCON, he did not start games.
But Mane was there. That's why. I don't know what Mane's situation is.
Yeah, but Mane's a winger.
No. Mane was a winger.
Mane was a striker for them.
No, they had someone else up front.
There was someone else up top over him.
Trust me.
Like I thought he would have been starting Marshall, and then there's some other guy.
He was a sub they brought on some games, not even many games. And that was the 14-goal season. That was his first season.
So if he wants a chance to maybe start,
and then if he's gonna be third choice striker till December, which is when AFCON is starting, he's definitely not. He's gonna be selected in the overall squad. Sure, he's not starting minutes there. So you're getting a guy who's not gonna start minutes in AFCON, who's going to be third choice in December. We're gonna get January. We're gonna get way less money than we could get now. So that's why I want to sell him now. If he's third choice, sell him now.
If we can get 60 million or something for him, I would. Yeah, I'd love to.
50 million, sell him now. It's going to drop below 50 million if he's not getting game time.
Yeah,
he's not going to start an AFCON.
I mean, I agree with that. If Man United, Man United, say they're not interested really, it comes to deadline day and they submit a 55 million bid or something and see what we do, I'd take it.
It's tough to say because these are friendlies and I'm seeing against England he did start as a striker, but they're friendlies. I don't know how seriously
he did not start. That's what we're
but he wasn't as good as he was last AFCON as he was this one. I mean, again, I think Mane was a big factor.
Last season is when he scored. Probably. No, last season when he scored, he was
last season he didn't.
Yeah, last season was a 14-goal season. He's shittier now.
Yeah, when he went to AFCON,
he's not going to get much time to prove himself now.
Yeah, I think here's the thing, because this is the part that this is where I began to have a problem. And again, CP, you wanting him to leave the club is totally different than literal Chelsea fans.
I'm saying monetary.
No, he's not saying swap him in for a shit player, basically.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. CP isn't saying he's a shit player. CP's just saying I'm done with him, sell him. But
he's third choice.
Yeah, I'd look by the way.
Value in terms of value retention and at a highest point. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this is
he didn't start a single game. I'd look.
Yeah, he didn't.
Okay.
He didn't.
Yeah, of course not.
I find it to be
first sub off the bench, but he didn't start.
I find it to be a problem that when I talk to United fans and say what about you guys get Jackson, and they immediately say, oh no, that guy's shit. Motherfucker, you have Højlund and Xerxes. This guy is better than both of them combined. How can you sit here and actually say when you're in a desperate position to say, oh, we can't do Jackson?
Because they have a better option. They have two better options. One guy in Cunha
and Mbeumo and Cunha.
He'd be better striking.
Mbeumo started striker this season, and Mbeumo's playing striker this season with Wisa, and he scored 20 goals.
Depends what they're going to do. Honestly, their attacking situation. I know this tangent depends on what they're going to do with the midfield, because if they are only able to get one midfielder, then they'll have to play Mbeumo as the 10, because they'll have to put Bruno in the 6, or not the 6, the midfield.
Yeah,
So it kind of depends what they have to
do. Because they can have Dalot, Ahmad, and Cunha as the 10s if it's the system, and they can just
need
have
Ahmad
a striker. No, I'm saying as an example, right? I know Ahmad is more so wing back, but they could just do that. I'm saying they have a better striker in Mbeumo right now than Jackson.
But even for example, I know this isn't. If we're looking from just a GNA point of view, he's better than Ekitike. If you're looking at just GNA. If you're looking at technical ability, you can say that Ekitike is probably a much more cleaned up and polished version.
I don't know he's better. He's at least as good.
He's as yeah. I would say that. I wouldn't because
Yeah.
GNA's standpoint, Ekatike technically did get more goals last.
Maybe Ekatike has more potential. Is he younger, Ekatike?
20.
Yeah, 2 years younger at least.
Yeah,
'cause
2 years
Ekatike is
younger,
22.
So he has a little bit more potential, I guess. Maybe
Yeah.
and he isn't like. I guess he's been kind of tainted with like Chelsea. Like he hasn't really showcased himself. And I thought first season he was solid still, 14 goals with AFCON. I actually still thought, okay,
we were really impressed.
I still want another striker with that, and I wouldn't mind him as the backup to like Osherman or something, but we didn't get it. So okay, let's see what he does next season, and then this season, especially second half, he dropped off massively. So he kind of tainted a little bit.
But even if he does stay, I won't be that upset because I feel like this comment right here is a little disingenuous. Nicholas Jackson did not perform when he was the main man, and which that's fine. And he did even worse when he had competition.
He's
so
never
one
had
game.
Wait,
What's
his competition?
They're just talking about Fluminense. That's literally all it was.
No. I think he means because technically in a sense,
wasn't competition.
Huh?
Guy wasn't competition.
No, I'm saying no. In the first half of the season, who used to get subbed on for Jackson?
And Kunku. Oh,
there you go.
bro. Like
there you go.
He can't be. You have to be playing.
He's not a real striker.
I know, but technically it was competition, and he got lower numbers. So technically, he's right.
Oh yeah, cool. Like technicalities aside, because fuck all of that. Like we're we have critical thinking here, and like we're unable to understand things. Like he's never had competition at Chelsea until this summer, which he had one or two games. Now one of those games was him being a fucking idiot. Like I'll say it, and that was the game where like my opinion of Jackson and my kind of backing of Jackson finished. But yeah, like he's never had competition, and people want to say he didn't perform when he was the main man. He did in the first season. So he performed. No one expected him to get the goal amount that he did. No one expected him to perform the way he did. Not a single person did. He underperformed last season. Like that's just how it is. And ultimately, I don't think he has a future here long term. But getting worked up over Nicholas Jackson staying for one more season, because the other thing is like it's not like we need the money. As we went through earlier, we've just sold João Felix, or about to sell João Felix for £43 million or whatever it is. It's going to end up being. We're going to sell Disati. We're going to sell Nkunku. We're going to sell ADH potentially. I don't know if we're going to talk about it on this. We're going to talk about. We're going to sell. I know Chalobah's still on that list. I don't actually know where we're selling. There are so many other players going to sell. We are not in need of money to get to the point where we have to sell Jackson. Now, if a good offer comes in, 100% sell. This is not like I'm trying to say keep him, but my point is people getting worked up about him staying one more year is not going to mean anything. It's also, I don't think, going to tank his value to the point where you have to sell him for 20 million because ultimately, like look at this summer's a perfect example. United still need a striker. Newcastle still need a striker. In a year's time, you've got other Premier League teams. Forget other leagues in the world. Other teams like if Evan Nilsson smashes it and moves on, Bournemouth might need a striker. Well, they've got Krupi, so that's different. But like, you've got other teams in this league who potentially may need a striker, and so Jackson is always on the table for them as a potential option. He's shown he can perform in the Premier League, not to the level we want, ultimately, but 14 Premier League goals is still 14 Premier League goals.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's detrimental considering we have so much more depth now. And there might be some games where like I sat and rewatched that Club World Cup game and the final, and I see João Pedro, and we kind of have the spectrum of different profiles of strikers, whereas with Delap you get more of that physicality and bruteness and that bullying ability. But maybe he's not nearly as technical as like a Jackson would be. Like Jackson can dribble past players and stuff. I know Delap can do it too, but as effectively as Jackson, no. Jackson, at times we've said like he's kind of more suited to be like a left winger or like maybe like in that left center forward position to kind of dribble past defenders. But his shooting ability isn't there. He has a physicality, but he maybe isn't as good at striking the ball as a Delap, and João Pedro is kind of a combination of both. maybe not the best, maybe not the as strong as the lab, maybe not as technical as or as quick as a Jackson. So we have 3 different profiles in there that we can make use of depending on what game calls for it.
I disagree with the João Pedro point. I think João Pedro is basically a Super Saiyan version of Jackson. I'm serious.
Maybe
because remember, the thing is, he's versatile. He's supposed to be playing in the cam and he can play on the left side. So similar to Jackson, he can play on the left side.
Same version is crazy. But yeah, I get you.
Super Saiyan 1, you know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
But like, anyways, he's very technical. I think he's more technical than Jackson. He can do the link-up play as well as Jackson.
Yeah.
I think strength-wise, maybe Jackson's a bit more, but I can't say it fully because I haven't seen João Pedro play for Chelsea and face the defenders that we have. So he might be as strong as Jackson. And he's for sure better aerially than Jackson because he's actually scored header goals that are actually good and not like, oh, it just hit my face and my head was there and boom, wow, it just went in.
Yeah.
So I think he's just better than Jackson in every way. So in terms of profile, we have a better version of Jackson in João Pedro. I don't mind him as a third striker. I was just saying let's sell him at a higher profit point, but I don't mind him staying here. I don't mind him staying here.
I don't mind it either. If someone comes in for £50 million, sell him. Like that's perfect.
No, bare minimum. No, I'm not selling him for anything less. By the way, nothing less than 50 million at the very least. Like at the very least, like fuck.
Actually, no, I'm gonna say higher than that. I'm gonna say 55, 60. I'm gonna be honest.
Greedy.
I would say 50. I would say 50 base with 5 million add-ons. That's like kind of my
maybe, yeah.
Bro, we just sold Noni for 52. But I'm gonna be real.
That's actually a really good point. That's a very good point.
Jackson is better, performed better. You look at the price point. Like I'm trying to see who other strikers have moved.
Bro, I'm looking at the price for Sesko and I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure Jackson is better than Sesko. I'm not convinced Sesko is that guy.
Way younger. Sesko's like 4 years or 3 years younger than him. So.
Oh, is he? I didn't know he was that young.
Yeah, Sesko's like 2021 and Jackson's 24.
Yeah. He does have to be more than Nani. That's like a really good point.
I would say 50 base fee with 5 million.
That's actually crazy. 70 is insane.
At the very least, I wouldn't say 70 million because Ekitike went for 69 as a base fee or something like that, or whatever. So he's not gonna be more than Ekitike because Ekitike at least has the hype and anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't mind him staying here. I'm saying sell him at a high point, but I'd rather have him any day of the week than Garnacho. So 100%. If this stops the Garnacho move 1,000%, which it looks like it does if he's staying, yeah, I'll keep him. Let's keep him. Fuck Garnacho.
If that player ever comes to this football club.
Because also I think you know what? I'd rather keep Jackson for a whole season because the Garnacho replacement in Kwanda's coming next summer anyways. So if I need to write out Jackson as a third string for an entire season, fuck yeah, for not getting Garnacho, yes, fuck yes.
Yeah. Listen, I think this is a productive conversation because I think we're all in agreement that Nicholas Jackson isn't anywhere near as shit as other people make him seem to be. I think if he stays at the club, cool. If he gets sold, like I said, minimum, and I'm kind of agreeing more with Scott. 50 plus 5 in add-ons or 60 million total. Like I think that's a fair price for a Nicholas Jackson who did quite more in terms of G&A than Nani did at this club. And when you're looking at the other strikers in the market, I think it's a very fair price to pay for a player who I still believe has a lot of potential to show. Like there's a good player in there that time will tell if he actually lives up to the ceiling that I think he's going to hit. But yeah, and he's also like just genuinely a really good person from what I can tell. You seeing all the videos of him going back to Senegal and spending time with just young, the youngsters and families and stuff and playing football on the streets and just a wholesome guy, man. And if that video that I saw earlier as well, which I won't lie, guys, there's a little bit of sentiment in it for me too. This guy was so deprived of confidence last season, literally telling people that don't be a striker like me, I'm shit. That shouldn't be the case, man. Like you also got to remember, like these players are human, and sometimes our fan base just do these players so dirty when it's just not the case. So, like, I get it. He pissed off a lot of fans at the end there, but I think there's also room for redemption for some of these players, and time will tell with this season coming up as a third choice. So, all right, moving on to the next topic. Let's go ahead and discuss boobies, aka double Dutch. So, yeah, boobies, dude. You didn't see that tweet?
No, I saw the tweet. I just don't know. I have no idea what relation it has to.
I think it has something to do with.
What do you
pair.
mean? Because like boobs, there's two
Double
of them,
Dutch,
and then we're getting
I
two
guess.
Dutch people. Is that?
Yeah,
That's
I guess so.
I suppose.
that's a far stretch, but okay.
Yeah, it's out there. It's out there,
Sure.
but boobs. Arsenal interested in Simmons and have talked to his agent. Bayern called several times this week to be informed, but Chelsea are clear favorites as of yesterday. Fabrizio giving us an update here that nothing has stalled or stopped for Hato and Simmons. It's just a negotiation. Sometimes you don't close deals in 24 or 48 hours. Chelsea want to spend around 40 million euros for Hato. Ajax want more. My feeling is it will happen, and I have the same feeling for Simmons. With Xavi, there's two discussions ongoing at the same time, one for him and one for Carney Chukwuemeka. Philip Hines reporting here that there is still no official bid on the table from Chelsea for Xavi Simmons. Leipzig continues to demand a total package of £60 million, including add-ons. Fabrizio saying, understand Chelsea and Red Bull Leipzig are now in advanced talks with Xavi Simmons. Negotiations club to club progressing well. Still work to do, but heading in a positive direction. Xavi keen on Chelsea project and personal terms talks also advance. In terms of Xavi Simmons, the owners of Chelsea and Leipzig are in direct conversations rather than bids going in. If you remember, Nkunku was done in a secret way. They have a very good relationship. Negotiations are ongoing, and we have to be patient. So, translation, Igbali is involved. We continue on. Broad terms are in place between Xavi Simmons and Chelsea on proposal terms. Xavi Simmons is ready to join Chelsea. Talks are ongoing between the two clubs, with Leipzig waiting for a written offer. Breaking. Chelsea is ready to give Xavi Simmons to Maresca. Leipzig's talent is getting closer and closer to Blues, who would have put 70 million euros on the table to guarantee the Dutch player's arrival, according to Alfredo Pedulla. There's confidence from all sides that Xavi Simmons will become a Chelsea player this summer. And now, in terms of Ajax and Hato, in and around Ajax, they say that a fee around 50 million euros, 43.8 million pounds, would also be a wonderful amount, despite asking for 48 to 52 million pounds. Both parties are expected to meet in the middle somewhere, and it is not that far away, according to Mike Verwij. I give up. Jarell Hato has indicated that due to a possible transfer to Chelsea, he prefers not to play for Ajax. Negotiations are currently proceeding slowly, according to Johan Inan. Although negotiations are difficult, Ajax management have expressed understanding for Hato's decision. It is understood Chelsea are ready to pay 44 million pounds for Jarell Hato, but Ajax are holding out for around 52 million pounds, according to Sky Cava. And then lastly, from Fabrizio, understand Chelsea and Ajax, will be again in direct contact from the start of next week for Jarell Hato deal. Hato has been clear to Ajax he only wants Chelsea. The contract is ready, up to the clubs. Talks well underway. So around 45 million. I think 52 million asking price from Ajax and us thinking 44, 42. I think we could find a middle ground. Hopefully that is the case. I don't want another Maignan deal, please. So yeah, hopefully we'll find a middle ground for Hato, because we desperately need a backup left back for Cucurella. And then in terms of Xavi Simmons, 70 million euros. That's about 50-ish, 55-ish million pounds. Chris saying yes. Go ahead, Chris. Your thoughts on both these players?
But wow, we spoke about before. Like I said, I don't know much about Hato, but like he's young, he's 19. Cucurella's 27, so he'd be a good like player like to learn from Cucurella and like get that experience. Maybe we loan him as well in the future. I hear like obviously good things about Hato, but like with Xavi Simmons, I just see it like this guy is quite good in that 10 role. He's good in tight spaces. He's good at creating. He can shoot. Like that England game, I remember seeing that goal he scored was like a long range shot, and it was a great goal as well. But yeah, like I feel like Xavi Simons could do pretty much a lot of stuff in that midfield or attack or whatever you want to play him in. And yeah, like this is what I want. I'd pay £60 million for Xavi Simons easily. I'd want Chelsea to do that. Not me personally. I'd have 60 million, but yeah, like I'd want to put Cole Palmer on the right, like Xavi Simons, because I just imagine Cole Palmer on that right, like being more free again, and Xavi Simons being that guy to be like, you know, taking on defenders, midfielders, in those tight spaces. Hopefully, you know, it works out because, you know, Chelsea and Leipzig is not the greatest, you know, thing of what's gone on with us. So yeah,
Timo Werner and Kunku, and now Xavi Simons.
Yeah, so you know, I hopefully free's the lucky one. But yeah, like I really want Xavi Simons because we've been obviously looking at Garnacho, well, not looking at him, but like Chelsea links and all that with Garnacho.
I've been looking. That's all we've been doing.
Well, like yeah, and I just that is a dead player. Do not give me that player. Give me Xavi Simons, man. Like just the name as well, man. Just he's called Xavi. Like like it's all green light to me. How much can I sell it to you,
I don't know what makes you laugh more. The fact that you want him because his name is Xavi?
No,
or
but
that you have to clarify it's not your 60 million.
That is the icing off the cake. That is the icing off the cake. I literally mentioned there was reasons why I want him before I just said Xavi.
Yes. Guys, from now on, when we're talking about transfer fees, we have to clarify it's like, if it's our money or Chelsea's money.
Right there, named Xavi. No, but like I really want him.
Chris.
As you can
smash
see.
up the like buttons, people, just so we can fund enough money to buy the players ourselves.
Yeah,
listen. I mean, I agree with everything you're saying on Xavi Simons. I also would like to add on for the Jarrell Hato because that's another player like I don't think needs to be slept on. Leadership abilities, ability to play left back and center back, plenty of game time under Ajax, and he's only 20 years old, I believe, or maybe even younger than that.
He just turned 19.
He's just turned 19. Like, there's a lot of potential for this guy to take the torch from Cucurella, who's just turned 27, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it was Cuckoo's birthday just recently. So, yeah. So, yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. We need a backup. We need an understudy. Let's just do it. Like, figure it out, get it done. 40 seems like a lot, but I mean, if this player is as good as people say he is, then I'm all for it, man.
Chris, I just want to say a big up to Chris for the important stuff and also about not learning things because we just had a whole debate about a man making a career out of looking like Kaká. And then man's Xavi, though.
Hank, shut up, because you just ignored the things I said before. I said Xavi. Xavi was the icing on the cake. Right. I knew this would happen when I just said Xavi. Like you just ignore the things I just said before that. You just ignored it all.
No, but Chris, can I say this? When
we're not doing that. You're not putting my name in the mud for that.
No, but Chris, you know the funny thing is, I'm not saying you said this because there were similar arguments when we got João Felix. He's so technical with the ball. His ball striking can be so good. You know what I'm saying?
No, but it's not so good. I've seen his ball striking, and it's like creative as well. Like he's very creative. I think I've seen stats as well, like between him and Wirtz, man. It's very close.
No, it's similar. It's similar, but I'm just saying people had similar arguments when João Felix came in. If you're like, oh my god, he.
Nah, this one will work. I'm telling you, man. His name's Xavi.
His hair flicks. Oh my god, the first touch he has. Oh my god, the dribbling forward. Oh, the ball striking. And he looks like baby Kaká. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't really anyone say baby Kaká, but I see it when you said it, fair. Like,
right, dude, it is. It's his fucking love child. Bro. Anyway, unlike that fraud João Felix, I also rate this guy. So big up to Xavi Simons. I will call him Simons until he proves to me he's good enough to be called Xavi in Chelsea.
Is this kid gonna say Xavi? Is this Simmons in Red Bull Leipzig, or does it say Xavi in the back?
I'm forgetting.
No idea.
I want to say Xavi because I swear it says Xavi, but I could be wrong.
Well, he says he prefers the name Xavi
in
terms of what he wants to be called, but I think the back of his shirt does say Simons.
It might say. I swear. Is it like Netherlands?
You can double check, but I'm forgetting right now.
Well, I want to look
I'll
at
look it up.
Netherlands.
But anyways, yeah, actually has playmaking ability. Actually has it's actually yeah, he's right. It's Xavi. Actually has 2 brain cells.
Yeah.
So unlike João Felix, he can actually have this actual decision making in his life, which is great.
It's a good shot, bro.
So good shot on him, good pass on him.
Mhm.
He's better as a left winger than João Felix is, to be honest. So he's actually what we wanted João Felix to be, but he can actually do those things. So I am fine with the price. I think 70 million euros is about 60 million pounds, about that much. We're trying to get it down to around 55 million pounds is kind of what we're looking at. As long as we get him, I know the wages aren't going to be ridiculous, and as long as we get, it's not like we're doing stupid money. So as long as we get these 2 players, I don't care how much we have to pay in terms of Hato. I feel like it's going to be at 46 million is how much we're going to get him for. I personally think, and I don't. It's going to be that's quite a bit for a backup left back, you could say. But if he's 19 and he can grow into, we basically have a succession plan for Cucurella, like there and ready. And before this season, he was playing slightly more as a center back. So if he wants to be a backup center back or turn into a beast for that too, I don't mind either way, right? So it's a win-win situation. Great cover anyway. So yeah, they both play the Dutch squad, so there should be some chemistry there because they're both going to be playing on the left side. So, and apparently Goldberg said today that they themselves have talked to each other about the move of them moving to Chelsea. So they're already talking amongst themselves about.
Oh, Hato and Simmons.
Yeah, they're already. Yeah, they look.
I want to hear that double
makes
here we go,
sense.
man. I want a double.
Yeah, because they're both Dutch
Double here.
teammates
Double
who
here.
are going to
Come
the
on, man, they can do it.
same club and are most likely going to be played around the same side, anyways.
Yeah.
So overall, that I think
Oh,
that's
what
it.
the
So,
link up, bro? That's actually
yeah.
dude, the amount of that's gonna be sucked on.
In general, there's just a lot of game time for them in terms of Hato
Yeah.
is going to play left back for the Netherlands, anyways. I feel like so him and Simmons are going to be connecting a lot internationally and for our club. So that's great in terms of chemistry, anyways. So
You think they intentionally thought about that?
no.
Okay, just coincidence that they happen to both be Dutch.
Yeah. I think because Hato, you could see we're getting Hato when he's not as hyped as he was last year.
Okay.
Because he's playing left back a bit more. Yes, he's done more of a leadership role, but he didn't perform too well in the under 21 Euros that just happened. It wasn't the best for him. So it kind of like did kind of lower the hype. So I think that's why he's slightly, I wouldn't say downturn in terms of value and hype, I would say. But Simons, like I'm happy with him, but I just think people are overlooking him just because, to be honest, there's 2 other players in that league that play similar positions to him that have more hype around the same age range in Musiala and Wirtz, and one's moved to Liverpool and the other guy's injured right now. So I just don't think he has the hype because of that, but I still think he's a fantastic player that we got. So, and he's versatile enough in terms of left wing and 10, and he's played false 9 last season like 8 or 9 times.
Okay.
Wouldn't want that obviously, but positional versatility actually. So
Yeah, I mean, God damn it, I forgot my point. All right, never mind. Scott, do you have anything you want to add on this? I haven't actually heard your opinion because you've been away for the past few.
I'll be honest. I have the most I've watched of either player was watching Simmons in the whatever the most recent tournament was.
Nations
League?
No, it was the Euros, I think, last year, right?
Yeah, Euros, yeah.
He was decent, not great, but that whole Dutch team kind of stinks. Like, not them as like the whole team's not bad players. It's just as a collective, it's just so shit. But he was decent. Hato I haven't watched. Like, I only really know him from playing FM, to be honest. so I can't really comment on actually watching them play. Positionally speaking, it's like Hato's going to be good because it's obviously a good backup for Cucurella, and I think it's a good age to get someone in at, because Cucurella can still go for another couple years, and it gives you a couple years of making sure Hato is both physically, mentally, and tactically ready for this league and this team. And yeah, he can also do the role in terms of he can do the kind of shifting into a back three thing. The invert and stuff I don't know, and the overlapping stuff I don't. But just based on his profile, I don't think he can do. But I haven't watched him. I don't know. So yeah, that will be good. The Simmons thing will be good. At least again, it's another option, and I do like the fact that we've gone different profile on the left hand side rather than just another out and out winger. It gives us a bit more of a variety of, okay, we can have maybe do what we did in the Club World Cup of kind of go Cucurella overlapping and have the left winger tuck in a little bit, or we've got the Gittins option where, okay, we have Enzo in the 10 and Gittins kind of keeping the width. So gives us options, gives us like depth, which is good. And then there's also, you've got a little bit more depth behind Palmer as well. Whether he'll be trusted or not remains to be seen. Like, we just don't know. But yeah, like I can't really complain about either of these signings, if and when they get done. Just got to see how they perform ultimately, and at the end of the day, before I start making like comments, because I think like I've learned my lesson a bit with like the João Pedro thing. I wasn't massively enamored with that, and I got made to eat my words quite quickly. So I'm gonna just wait and see how they perform. If they perform well, fair play. If they perform shit, then we can criticize as and when that happens. If that happens, at the moment, like just see how they come in. The most important thing was kind of two things. Number one, on a side note, just getting Simons in means this Garnacho thing is dead, finished, which is the best news for Chelsea fans. Like, because they're not getting Garnacho in with Simons and Gittins hit already, and Quenda coming in next season. They're not doing that. So it kills that, number one. But on the more important side, well, potentially more important, depending on how you feel about Garnacho, it just gives us depth in two positions. We need depth because we didn't really have anyone else on that left wing yet. Didn't have another left back. So it means we don't have to see Gusto left back next season. We don't have to, if he stays, see Josh left back next season, even though in the Club World Cup when he played, they did very well. So yeah, like at the end of the day, it's two positions of need. It's probably the third to last and second to last signing we actually really need. And I say need, like whether you want to do another signing or not after that remains to be seen. But after these two, there's only really one other signing we actually need to do. And we've got a whole month basically to do it. It won't get done. Yeah. I know it won't get done, but well, it probably won't get done. But it's one signing left.
We'll talk about that one signing because I'm pretty sure I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
But in terms of the Xabi Simons signing, I agree with pretty much everything that's been said. What I will add, and also to address Axe, your point here, what is being touted is that if the club were to sell Jackson and Nkunku, then that frees up a spot for another attacking target, which then maybe Garnacho comes back into the picture. But as far as I'm aware, if we sell one, it doesn't mean we're going to go back and replace it. I think if I read correctly, these two signings will have essentially completed the transfers that they wanted to bring in. We'll see what happens with the other position, which we'll talk about shortly. But I would say in terms of this signing too, we were talking about positions and the positions that Xabi Simons can take up and such. And one formation that we did use was this 4-2-2-2, where we've been using some formations that have been asking of Enzo Fernandez to play as a 10, right? With Cole Palmer, and then almost like João Pedro, like a false 9 type striker. That's what we did against the PSG in the final. Enzo Fernandez was taking up that left 10 space. Do you reckon that if Xabi Simons comes in, we'll probably see Enzo Fernandez take more of a deep lying playmaker role like he did that first season?
Yeah,
or do you still reckon there's going to be rotation between having him as an
you can get
10?
forward? I don't think, because I think we've seen last season, like at times we almost went like a 3-1-6 at times.
Yeah.
I still think he has license to get forward. I think it takes away. I'm trying not to say this in a negative way because it's not meant to be in a negative way, but like it takes away his responsibility to get to be such a force in the attack as he ended up being. Because like ultimately, that as much as like I'm not complaining that he got the goals, it's mainly goals that he did, and he was such a force in the attack that he was from a goals perspective. But that shouldn't be his job. Like it shouldn't be down in the same way like it was Cucurella. It shouldn't be Cucurella's job to be getting us goals because our attack stank because we couldn't score any other way. Like
that's very true.
So even though Enzo Fernandez like may end up playing a bit deeper, maybe not getting as many goals, that's fine because I think he still has a positive effect on the team, and I still think he can get the assists, and I still think that he can like do things going forward. It's just like I said, it just means as well that you have players that are more suited to playing in attacking areas, and also like for certain things in terms of breaking down deep blocks. Like Enzo's not really in that 10 gonna help you break down low blocks in certain ways. Passing wise, he will, but in terms of that, getting the ball, beating a guy 1v1 in the dribble, quick turns, quick movements, he's not that player. I don't expect him to be that player. Xavi Simons, based on what I've seen again from the limited game time I saw in the Euros, looked like that player. So that's good. Side note as well, he's had La Masia education, which is good. He's also had the fuck did he play before La Masia? I don't know what other academy he played for. But yeah, like so that's good. And yeah, just ultimately it puts
PSG.
I think yes, it was PSG.
Okay.
I think ultimately it just puts like more firepower in the attack to just give you options basically, and just to kind of future-proof stuff. In terms of so you don't basically have to like even though part of me did want someone who was going to score you 30 goals, I understand why they haven't gone that route. And just having like if Xavi Simons, for example, can get you 15 and 10 maybe, like that's a very successful season. Even if he gets you like 12 and 10,
I agree.
Still for me, probably a successful season. With the goals everyone else can get. I think it's just adding more firepower, and it's not just adding firepower for the sake of it, which I think they have done or have been accused of doing or have looked as though they were going to do in times. It's actually amazingly one of the few times I can say that it looks as though it's adding firepower with a purpose and using decisions in terms of squad building, which I will say they haven't always shown in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably want to go more into depth on this in the next Casually Chelsea show, because obviously I want these signings to get through the door first. But I don't know. Today I felt like if these signings come through and we look at our window, and especially if we start selling more players, does this window to you guys, and you don't have to answer so in depthly, we can have a whole discussion on this next show, but like Chris and CP, does this window to you guys feel like a window with more intent than previous windows?
Yes, I would say with the sales and people we've brought in, I would say this is the best window that Clear Lake has had. The only one that comes close is kind of the window where we got Caicedo and Lavia for the bans, like in one window. But that's like a second, because if we're getting the players, like we needed another striker besides Jackson, we got two, right? We needed a left back, a backup finally for Cucurella. We're apparently doing that, and we've gotten a 10/left wing different option in Simmons, and we don't think we have a good enough right-footed left winger, and we finally addressed that as well. So the only two positions you could say are left to be addressed in this team are a goalkeeper, and you could say a center back.
Center back, yeah.
Just because Mamadou Sarr has been loaned out, Batty Shield is injured.
I personally don't think you need a centre back unless one of the level of Hincapié becomes available. I'm not Like, I'm not getting Silva. I'm not getting. Who else? Gehi, I'd think about.
That's what I'm more so.
I'd consider, depending on price. Incapie for me is a straight yes. Bastoni, straight yes.
Like a
Kind of
clear
those
upgrade on what you have.
Those
Gehi's kind of like
straight yes. Those kind of guys. But like Silva, no.
I'm more so alluding to Omar Gehi, who can play a left center back cover for Colwell and play right center back. So he gives us both, especially when Fofana's the most injury-prone player we have in our team right now.
Yeah.
So we have Chalobah and Toss and Sure. So we have 2 there. We have Colwell, who's 3, and we only have 3 center backs right now. Obviously, James can kind of play there. Achapong can kind of play there. But because Fofana and Badishil are injured, we only have 3 healthy center backs. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, so if you get me a center back and a goalkeeper, that's a 10 out of 10 window for me. Because you've just every position, your outgoings so far with João Felix have been amazing. For me, for now, if we don't trust those 2 positions, it's an 8.
It's currently an 8 for me. I would say right now it's an 8. It will never get to. I'm not going to say never. There's a 1% chance it gets to a 10, because for that to happen, we'd have to sign a goalkeeper, which I do not think we will do.
Oh.
It will go to a 9.
Are we looking at Donnarumma?
It will. It will go to a 9 when when we make the sales we're expected to make.
Yeah. I definitely want to have this discussion again when we finish the transfer window and we do our predictions, because I think this can. Yeah, we can definitely have a back and forth on this. Also, big up chat, because 103 likes. So big up to you guys. Did a good job smashing the likes on this video. And if anyone else is just tuning in and you're new to the channel, subscribe. We're on our way to 5K subscribers, and you guys have been popping off, and the likes have been helping the algorithm reach out to you guys. So yeah, W chat for smashing up those likes.
By the way, to answer that question that A. Solomon,
I was gonna actually ask that question.
Enzo, and it's not even. I don't even have to think about it.
I think I'd have to say Enzo as well, just because. If I love Enzo, like I think Enzo's a fantastic player. But if we were to, for example, this season lose Enzo to injury, gets a hernia again or some bullshit, we have Santos that can come in and probably won't give you as good of his role. But the question's on the screen, Chris. Probably won't do as good of a job like with the passing ability, but he still gives you the box crashing and probably better defensively as well in the midfield.
For me, it's also like people can say about the Hato thing. Number one is we don't have Hato right now, so we don't have a left back to replace Cucurella with. Secondly, Hato is in no way, shape, or form like Cucurella in terms of we have no idea if he can do certain things that Cucurella can currently do. The overlapping stuff is now key to the way we play in terms of with us signing Javi Simmons and things like that. We don't know how good he is inverting into midfield in this league. And also, you're asking a kid to come in at 19 and just immediately hit coming from the Dutch league into the Premier League. Like,
just too much pressure.
For me, that's not a pressure I want to have to put onto him. I'd rather say Enzo currently.
Yeah, and especially
I don't think I can pick that one. I don't know.
Especially for the price tag of, I think, 150 million euros that's been rumored for him, or even if it's 120 million euros for Enzo Fernandez, I'm saying, I would take that because that's money in the bank that I can even entice. I would go to PSG right now and be like, here's 100 million, he's fucking give me Vitinha. Or right out or give me Neves from PSG as well. Here's 100 million, he's 22, 23, he's young as well. Portuguese.
Yeah, but we can sell Cucurella and say here's 20 million for Delort. As an armored one.
Okay, anyways.
Oh, okay, you're trolling. Okay. I was ready to
Wait. Chris, I want to say it today. Your pettiness today is superb. I fucking masterclass today, Chris.
You know what, actually, to be fair, do you know what if we did sell Enzo, if we did get, let's just say we get 150 for Enzo, like I wouldn't even go to PSG. Like I'd stay in the league. I'd go up to Newcastle. Say what do you want?
Bruno,
Tonali or Bruno. What do you want?
They're great midfielders as well.
Yeah.
You want you like
Yeah,
you want the. I'm not saying the passing's anywhere as good as Enzo. They're still very good.
They are a bit different in midfield though as well.
He showed this season. I'm talking mainly about Tonali, to be honest. Bruno fell off a little bit last season, but like Tonali massively stepped up in Bruno falling off. His ability to like box crash was massively like when he did play, when he wasn't suspended for like his ability to box crash massively improved last season, or was highlighted last season. So yeah, like just go up and say what you want for one of those.
I rate their midfield actually though. Yeah, they got good midfield.
Yeah, or I would just go to. I'm like, you know what, Inter Milan, you're always broke bitches. Here's 100 million. Barella, yes or no? You can leave it if you want. You can leave if you want to leave it. Go ahead. But here's 100 million Barella for you Inter Milan. You don't have to worry about your finances for the next.
Barella is good.
Here's 100 million. Give me Barella. Because then we would have FU money for the midfield. That's what we have. We have FU money. If clubs want to reject it,
I hit your point.
If clubs or players want to reject it, that's on them. But we have FU money, and we will pay that FU money because we got that FU money. So I'd rather have that because first of all, we're getting FU money with Enzo. We're not going to get that with Cucu. Because I'm not selling Cucurella right now for anything less than 85 million pounds.
This is true.
Anything less than that. So because of that, Cucurella is irreplaceable, and I'm not saying Enzo is easily replaceable, but I can still incentivize a few more teams because I'm sorry, there's I think a greater deal of midfielders that are decent than left backs in the roles that are decent, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because the only good left back in the league for me is one that's gone to Liverpool and Kirkes and Anthony Robinson,
who can't play this system.
Right? Grimaldo's going to be too old for our age range because Grimaldo's like 30 something, right? In this inverting thing, and he's not good at in a back, like being the back 3% himself. He's more wing back, and we're probably not going to get Nuno Mendes, right? And in Spain, I don't think there's a better left back because Mendy is bang average and Balde's too young. / I don't think he can play the system either.
Kinda like
so in Capia, yes, but I don't think he can play the bombing left back that Cucurella does for us as well. Also don't think Lukeba can do that because
Lukeba's not a left back.
Definitely he's not a left back. He's a left center back who can kind of bomb up a little bit to the midfield like Bastoni does, but he's not going to give you the overlapping runs. So right now, 2 left backs, one that can't play the system, and one's from PSG who I don't think we're going to get. So I would not sell him, and that's why I think it's better to sell Enzo because you can go after Vitinha, Barella's, Ruben Neves's, Bruno G's, and Tonali's and be like, here's my FU money. Take it or leave it, up to you guys.
If anything, honestly, I would say this is a good shout. If you can somehow get Milinkovic-Savic after the cameo he had with Al Hilal,
he would be too old. He would be too old for this. He would be too old for us.
Yeah, I guess so. He's probably 28, 29. He's up there. He might be. It's because like the way I'm thinking about a CP is like finding another midfielder with the passing ability, and like Vitinha has that.
Axing Stella, no, because once again, Enzo Fernandez is not the deep line playmaker like we saw in Potter. He box crashes, and Stella's not going to box crash like that. That's why when I'm blanking on it. Anyways, with regards to Tonali makes more sense to me. Even Ruben Neves makes more sense to me than Stella. Stella makes sense for Madrid because they don't have a playmaker at all and they have lots of box crashers.
Not a bad shout, but I don't think he ever leaves Barca.
Yeah.
Pedri's
never leaving Barcelona, and they already have $1 billion fucking clause on him, so that's not.
Is this like a gun pointed to your head situation or something like?
It was just a hypothetical.
It's a hypothetical.
Because ultimately,
I don't know if I can pick man, but yeah, like
and neither of them should be sold. But it was just hypothetical if you had to sell one.
Yeah.
Jude isn't the same profile either.
Jude is not the same. I do not, and he's not even in the same.
He's not the same profile, but he is a very attacking midfielder.
The only thing that Jude can do that Enzo can do is the box crashing.
Yeah.
He cannot control the game from deep. Defensively, he might be just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
probably worse. The only other thing he has over Enzo, and this is because of his frame, is strength.
Yeah,
But that's because
physicality.
he uses
Yeah,
strength.
the strength. Yeah. Massantono, time will tell with that one. I don't even know. I thought he was a winger. No, he's an 8, isn't he?
No, he
Or
can play
he's
both.
a 10. He's a 10
He's more of
slash
a 10.
right winger.
Yeah.
Argentinian kid.
Yeah. It's just a tough. Both honestly are really tough profiles to replace, but I feel like Cucurella's profile is much tougher to replace, and you can kind of cope.
There's not many out there.
Yeah, you can kind of cope with like Enzo. You probably won't get as good of the passing accuracy that you would get out of an Enzo from anyone else, but you can get some other similar.
I would have said
traits
like
and
Theo
number
Hernandez,
goals.
but like he's gone, isn't he? He's moved.
Yeah, he's a
Oh
Saudi.
yeah.
He's a Saudi.
He's gone.
Yeah, no, I think that was a really good discussion. That was a side tangent. Let's get back on track and let's actually talk about the goalkeeper situation, because we were just talking about the transfer window and what would make it a 10 out of 10. Well, let's see how we feel about this link right here. Donnarumma links. So, just out of the gate, I'm gonna just let you guys know I don't think this is gonna happen, and I don't think even if we were interested, I don't think it actually suits us as well as people think it does. But let's go on and discuss this. So the reason this is even brought up is because of the following here. So breaking: PSG have reached an agreement in principle with Lucas Chevalier on a 5-year contract. Lille want at least 40 million euros. Paris Saint-Germain have agreed personal terms with Lucas Chevalier. Talks ongoing with Lille as request starts from 40 million euro, as L'Equipe reported. PSG start moving as they still cannot agree new deal with Gianluigi Donnarumma. And this kind of indicates that this Donnarumma is probably out the door. So we have here from July 13th some links. This is when it all started, just before the Club World Cup final, actually. Chelsea are interested in signing Paris Saint-Germain, Gianluigi Donnarumma. And then we have here more recently, breaking: Chelsea are making inquiries of the availability of Gianluigi Donnarumma, as it's rumored he will be leaving this summer. Chelsea want to sign him, and L'Equipe is the one reporting it. Now, recently, Chelsea have stated that they don't want their names to be used as a way to, get players' moves or just a centerpiece, and they will come out and deny any moves that are not true. Chelsea have not come out and denied this. Listen, is he an upgrade on Sanchez? Yes, 100%. 100%. But is he the profile that we need? No. I don't think he has the passing ability that is required.
I thought he's done passing.
Then why can't my question is, I would agree, but he's played for Enrique.
No, he
Yeah.
sucked.
He's played 2 seasons for Enrique.
Okay, I would say his passing flaws.
Passing this season, like at the start of the season, was horrendously bad.
Yeah, but it could get I still.
I think that's part of the reason they're trying to get rid of him, CP, because he's part of that old regime of Galacticos, right? I'm not saying he has like an attitude issue,
he's also
but like
one of the main reasons they
I mean,
won.
oh yeah,
Champions League.
100%.
So
But
You wonder
Chevalier
why
is
we getting reports
good.
of him then? It's because Enzo was talking to him in that fight.
Well, we were linked to him before even
Was we?
the game, to be fair. Like the
Oh,
day
okay.
before, the game was on July 14th. The day before, there was links coming out about it.
like my question is, would
But
you
yeah,
take
Chris,
him
you're right.
or Mike Magnan? Because Mike Magnan,
Mignon.
Easy.
Mignon.
I don't know for sure, because yes, he's better at ball playing,
Mhm.
but his shot stopping is not better than Donnarumma. Not for the past 2 seasons, because Mike Magnan's
Sure.
has been in more of a downward trend for the past 2 seasons. And Donnarumma has still stayed great at shot stopping at the very least, and is still familiar with a pass. He's not close to Mike Magnan in terms of ball playing,
That's a
but he's
big
still
statement.
familiarized with a possession style system because he played for Luis Enrique for 2 seasons.
He's familiar, but I don't know if he's good. Like, how about this, CP? I'll ask you this. Would you, let's just say, and I don't know if I'm accurate on this, but for argument's sake, let's just say Mignon and Robert Sanchez have equal stopping ball saving
stopping,
ability,
okay.
shot
Yeah.
stopping ability,
Yeah.
but obviously Mignon is much better on the ball. or would you rather Gianluigi Donnarumma, who is clear of both of them in shot stopping, but actually worse on the ball than Sanchez?
Actually, right now, yes. You know why? Because remember how we talked about during the Club World Cup? Sanchez should be thankful that we have Delap now, because all those shitty long balls, we have someone to bring it to. So because we have that profile in João Pedro and Delap, I would not mind that. Because that's kind of what PSG did too, by the way. They hoof the ball to the other side and apply pressure.
Yeah.
We're kind of doing the PSG style in terms of we want a bunch of players that score 15 goals, then one player scoring 40, right? That's what Maresca even said. Similar to how PSG want to have a bunch of players who constantly rotate in the front three, kind of like why we bought Simmons, right? You can have a rotation of João Pedro slightly on the left side. Simmons could be in the middle, and Palmer and all that stuff, right? Lots of fluidity. So and plus Donnarumma technically is only 26 now. Well,
wait, Donnarumma's only 26.
Yeah, he's only.
Yeah, he started playing football when he was 18.
God damn, he is 26.
Oh, yeah,
He looks
16.
older.
No, he debuted when he was 17.
And he's been around forever too. That's
so
two things.
So even in terms of resale value, he can still be fine because he's still technically not at his
older.
Because
that means Mañana's older. Holy shit.
Yeah, Mañana's 29.
No, but it's Kepa older now.
I think
Kepa's
the same age.
Mañana's 30.
Kepa's
older. Kepa's older.
Kepa is also 30. Holy shit.
Yeah. So I'm saying, so technically Donnarumma still could grow even more because he's still not reached the peak of goalkeepers, which is around 29, 30 to 34.
That's a good point.
So, and if he's joining Chelsea, he knows he has to take a hit in wages. So
yeah, he probably does know that.
Chelsea pursuing him.
What's his wages at PSG? Do you know?
Apparently 300K a week. I'll look at Capology.
Oh god, damn! You ain't getting that at Chelsea. You'd be lucky.
Yeah, he's not.
You'll get half. You get half of Chelsea.
But also, unless he joins Saudi, he's not getting that anywhere else in the world either. Let's be frank. He's not getting 300K anywhere else in the world unless it's Saudi, because Italy's not going to pay that. No, I don't think Italy's not going to play that.
No, Italy won't. I think if they wanted to, I don't know if they would do, but like Man City might.
He's on 350 euros.
Well, Man United as well, actually.
Yeah, so 300K.
Man United would actually probably as well.
If they want to get rid of
Sorry, who?
Man United.
No, but United's not going to pay that. They're trying to.
They probably won't. I don't know how much money they've got in the bank.
They're trying to do an us and revise their whole pay structure, so they don't pay stupid wages and have dead wood for years that they can't get rid of. Right? That's the whole point of trying to get rid of Rashford and all these signings with expensive wages.
I mean, they're trying to get rid of their players. Did they even get rid of Rashford? I thought he's on loan.
He's on loan, but they're trying to get rid of him because he's on high wages of £325 a week or whatever shit it is, right? So I don't think.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, I forgot. There's more tweets here. I'm so sorry. United and Manchester City are both interested in Gianluigi Donnarumma. PSG are lining up Lille's French keeper Lucas Chevalier as a replacement from L'Equipe, and then the other one here, PSG L'Equipe. PSG don't want to lose Gianluigi Donnarumma on a free transfer when his current deal expires next year. So Chelsea want to cash in this summer. Chelsea and Galatasaray have been linked with a move.
Gala can pay his wages, yeah. Gala's probably the only one because Madrid's not going to pursue him. And Barca's already got someone else now in terms of João Garcia or whoever they got. I'm forgetting.
Yeah, Juan Garcia.
Thank you, Juan Garcia. And then Atletico's going to rock with All Blacks still. So in world football, I don't think anyone besides us, United, and Gala can definitely pay his wages is going to do that, and Saudi obviously. So, yeah. And apparently they're trying to go for Trafford anyways in terms of Man City. So.
Oh, they've already agreed to deal.
Later, Chris.
Oh, they did? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, they already agreed to deal.
Yeah. So they already have kind of a replacement for Ederson anyway. So I think there's only 3 clubs in Europe, and then obviously Saudi. So I think we should go for him. He's 26.
Yeah, I was gonna say my thing is I don't think we'll get him because I don't think we might pay the wages, but I probably won't pay the whole wages. I should say, pay a large amount of wages because I do feel like with what he's done, this would be a guy they actually pay big wages for. Whether they actually match it is, I don't think. I still think we go for him because I don't know whether he'd want to come here. Is a one, and number two, I don't know whether they'd actually go and pay what they probably want for him. But he's a like a clear upgrade on Sanchez. So I think like with what Dana said earlier, like if it comes down to a point like you have to go into next season with him or Sanchez, I'm going into next season with Donnarumma,
Yeah,
obviously.
Of course.
Obviously. So it's kind of just a bit. Bear with me a second.
It's fine. It's not impossible. Like the interest is there.
At the end of the day, I don't understand why don't go for Magnan still, but whatever.
I mean, that's what I mean. Like maybe come January time, that comes back up because his deal will have been done. But that's just being hopeful. Yeah. Honestly, this is where me and CP disagree. I would go for Magnan. Because I was pretty content with Robert Sanchez's shot stopping this season. It was just the bozo moments and like the errors from passing from the back that always bothered me. So Magnan, if you're giving me equal amount stoppage, then I'll take the ball passing ability, and that's an upgrade. And it probably won't be as expensive as how much maybe Donnarumma they're gonna ask for Donnarumma. I can't imagine it's gonna be any cheaper than Magnan. And Magnan could go on a free in January. Technically, this guy can go on a free as well, but I don't think PSG want to let that happen. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, in reality, I'd take either of them. To be fair, but it's just one of those situations that if I had to choose between one or the other, I'd still go Magnan.
And also, Donnarumma is amazing in pens, so we don't have to worry about some second choice goalkeeper or something like that because this man will do amazing in pens.
I think in the end of the day, whether you go for him, you go for Magnan or whatever, that's the only real position. I know CP mentioned about centre back, and I agree, but I think only a top quality centre back. Goalkeeper is the only position in this team that we need to address. Yep. That's the only signing you need to get. Like, I don't care about the CWC final call. He was very good. He was dog shit for most of the season. Like, we need to upgrade on that position. Surfer has said this before, and he was completely right. It puts a cap on what we can do going forward. Having a goalkeeper as bad as that, as consistently bad as that, I'll say, across the season, puts a cap on how high you can get. So yeah, like that's a position we need to address. Like whether it's Magnan, whether it's Donnarumma, whether it could have been Chevalier, for example, whether it could have been what's his face, Petrovic. Now he's gone. We just need a clear improvement on Robert Sanchez.
No, and I don't disagree. 100%.
That's the only position outside of outgoings. From an incoming perspective, that is the only position from this being a perfect window.
Yeah, I would agree.
In terms of what we've addressed, what we've needed, it's the only position.
It can get close to a 10 out of 10, but it will never be a 10 out of 10 unless, for me, you replace that goalkeeper.
Yeah, this window cannot be a 10 out of 10 without a goalkeeper signing.
Yeah, I can't agree more. Because, listen, I know people have backed off.
Sorry, Marshall. Sorry to interrupt. I tell a lie. The only way it could be a 10 out of 10 without the goalkeeper signing is if we do the centre-back thing. By which I mean we sign Hincapié, we sign Bastoni, we sign Patrick, we sign a centre-back of that level, because that can make up for your goalkeeper being like missing brain cells. It can make up for it. We've seen it before. Like, it can make up for it. That's the only thing which we will not do. Like, we're not going to get that kind of centre-back.
But I do feel like when you have a blatant issue in the team and you don't address it, that you have a window to do it and you don't, then I can't recommend it to be a 10 out of 10.
Like,
yeah.
I still think if you did that, because you're addressing the ultimate issue that we're speaking about here is
you're working around.
The reason I want a better goalkeeper is twofold. Number one is like the bozo moments, which I think if you have a top quality centre back, you limit those heavily. And also the passing thing, which again I think that's a bit harder to do with the centre back. But I think if you have centre backs who can take the ball under pressure, when he inevitably gives these guys a hot potato, they can handle it better.
Yeah, and you're not wrong about that. I think coming back to the topic of Sanchez, I do feel that although people have been a little bit more lax on their criticism of him, because if we look at how we improved towards the end of the season, he was part of that improved squad. He did still have some very shaky moments there. It didn't lead to a goal. like in previous moments, but there was improvements that were seen there. He did start making some good saves that kept us in games. It wasn't as much of a handicap as he was in the early parts of the season. There has been an improvement on Sanchez. If he continues to play like he did in the Club World Cup final, I do think we will be okay this season. I just don't trust him to keep that up. And I do think it's a matter of if not, no, it's a matter of when, not if he makes another Boza moment.
Yep.
So I think we do need to move past this guy. Have a good night, Danish Maldini. We are almost done with the show, ladies and gents. We have a few more topics to wrap up on, and then we'll be out of here until next time. But if you haven't done so already on your way out, people, smash up the like button. Helps out the channel tremendously. Over 110 likes. You guys have been phenomenal this stream. Generational performance befitting of a team who's champions of the world. Okay, let's go on to another topic that I wanted to bring up that was talked about earlier, and that is Keenan Drewsbury Hall to Fulham, the Conference League's KDB, right? Is that what we're calling him?
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. So a few links for KDH as of 5 days ago. For one, this one right here from ex-West Ham employee, which is actually a pretty reliable source. West Ham are interested in signing KDH on loan from Chelsea this summer, which I don't think would actually be a bad signing for him at all. We continue on. Fulham apparently also have shown an interest for the player. Fulham are interested in signing Chelsea midfielder Kieran Drewsbury Hall and have explored the conditions of a loan and permanent deal. According to Sky Sports, Fulham have expressed an interest in signing both Raheem Sterling and Kieran Drewsbury Hall from Chelsea this summer. Now, we'll get on to Raheem Sterling in the very next topic. But KDH, I feel like some people have, myself included, have kind of, been more relaxed on criticism of KDH. Towards the end of the season, we saw a bit more improvement, stepped up a little bit, had some good goals in there, some important games. Obviously, never really hit the levels that I thought he was capable of hitting, but I could be proven wrong if he were to stay and gets more play time. But what do we think about? I think I know the answer, but just for the sake of asking. What do we think about a loan move with a potential permanent move to Fulham for KDH?
Scott, you want to go first? You can go first.
I think I've softened on KDH, honestly, with I
agree.
The kind of over the summer and with kind of how the season finished. I'm in a similar-ish position to Old Jackson thing in terms of I don't mind whether he stays. I don't mind whether he goes. If he stays, he's decent depth in terms of to bring on in the last 5 minutes of games.
Utility player.
If you need to. Or he's a guy you can get a decent 25-30 mil on, basically what we paid for him. Mm-hmm. He wasn't terrible for us. It wasn't amazing, but he was a decent squad player. He was just acceptable. And then so I think it kind of worked out there. If he goes, he goes. If he stays, he stays. It's another one where either outcome is a good outcome, and I don't think anyone should mind what the outcome is, because he ended up actually being probably better than some people thought, or a lot of us thought. And just he's a dependable squad player. You can tell with the way he plays, he's a good Premier League player. He'll fit in at a Fulham or a West Ham or a Bournemouth or a Brighton or something like that. He just can't start here, which is fine.
Yeah, TP, and you've been I wouldn't say a staunch defender of KDH, but I think you had more tame expectations of him than the rest of us in the panel. What do you think about this move for him?
I think shout out to the Conference League KDB. He did exactly what I thought. Me and Prime, big up Prime.
Prime was
did
also
exactly what me and Prime thought he would do, which is he's a utility player that helps out in our overall campaign, and that's what he did.
Yeah.
You know, we laughed, we cried, we celebrated. It was great having you.
It's a graduation
and,
speech.
And now we must bid adieu. You know what I'm saying? So 30 million to Fulham or West Ham, because we have too much depth in the midfield. We honest to God, honest to God do, like with the Tuco, with Santos,
even in the attack, to be honest.
Yeah, and then Caicedo and Enzo, and then if Enzo plays the 10 or not. Anyways, we have Simmons, Esteval, João Pedro can play in the 10, Palmer can play in the 10. So we're pretty good in general in this midfield area as a whole. So you know, like thanks for the memories. They were great memories. You know, we won the Conference League. You know what I'm saying? You balled out. You also helped part of the Club World Cup win. So yeah, man. Yeah. You're a good servant. You never complained. I never heard any.
That's what I like about him. Like he's actually a pretty good personality in the locker room. He doesn't throw up a fuss. Hasn't really complained much. Plays wherever he's asked to play. Tries his best to put in a shift. I mean, I'm not a fan of seeing him at right wing, but I saw him play at right wing against Tunis, and I was like, well, he's there. You know, he's not horrible, but he's definitely not a good option on right wing. But you know, he's balled out a few times in the Conference League. He's had some good games here and there. Like I'm not avidly pushing to sell him, but at the same time, if he does go, I'm not going to cry about it. But I think he can be useful. I'm more inclined to just sell him because I don't really want to destroy his career here. I feel like he can go to Fulham or West Ham and get starting minutes.
And he's on a high in terms of financially too, because he just won the Conference League and Club World Cup with us. So
yeah, I think for the players' sake, definitely sell him on. Prime, any thoughts on KDH before I move on to the super chat?
Listen, KDH did what I said he'd do. I didn't cry about him when we signed him because I knew he'd come in, he'd play, and we'll flip him for profit. So is what it is. That's why I defended him in the Conference League games. Because, like, what more did really people actually expect from him? He's a very good Premier League player. He would be a brilliant player for a mid-table club.
Yeah.
I even think currently he starts for a top. I think he starts for Spurs. He definitely starts for Man United, and they're two top 6 clubs. So I don't know. Is what it is. Would I like him in the squad?
I can see that.
If you look at the 8th positions, you've got Enzo and what's his name, Santos, and even a deputy as a 10. You've got Palmer. We've now signed Simmons. I don't know. If he wants to stay and he's willing to stay without getting much minutes, then sure, because vibes. But if he wants to go, then I don't think there's any reason why we should stop him from going.
Prime, would you
go be the West Ham legend you're supposed to be, bro? Go be the West Ham legend.
Prime, I'm just gonna substitute for Chris's pettiness for the show. So, Prime, would you say we played him more to increase his transfer value, kind of like how a certain Marshall said about Sanchez? Hold that. Hold that.
Hey, I wasn't wrong at the end. So
hey, I wasn't wrong now too. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're wrong on the Sanchez thing because we're not selling him. So
no, I know, but that's what
we have increased his value.
But we're not selling him. Is what I mean. But regardless of that, I mean, Dewsbury Hall is what it is, bro. Listen, I don't know, is what it is. I would like you to stay, to be fair, but as vibes. But if you go,
vibes. Yeah,
I'm not fussed. Go be the West Ham legend. You know, captain them, win them.
I do agree that. I do agree with that. I feel like he either at Fulham or West Ham. I think he would actually do really well there. I think he would cook.
Give Mike some hope, man. Give Mike some hope.
Yeah. But big up Naval Nation 2. No correlation to the Bridge Nation. Thank you for the £10 super chat. This is off topic, but does anyone think Forrest's owner up to something? Gibbs actually does look like a hostage, not normal footballer reaction. Smirk on an owner's face is sus as fuck. Very weird, man. I think the way that whole situation with listen, I don't understand. I know it was explained to me yesterday on Footy Judge Mo, but I still don't really comprehend what exactly is the point of having a release clause if it's supposed to be private? And if a team gets a hint that you had, this happened with us with Lise, right? Where like they get a hint that there's a release clause, and all of a sudden, oh no, you can't, no, we can't, and all of a sudden there's a new contract, and it's like it's just a weird situation. It did seem like really, really conniving from Nottingham Forest end of things. I don't know.
Well, that's what Crystal Palace did, as Marshall was saying with Elisa. We figured out that he had a £30 million release clause. We were willing to pay for it, and then Palace complained to the FA about, oh my god, you can't do this, blah blah blah, this is sneaky and all this bullshit, and then made him sign a new contract for a higher release clause and give him more money, obviously. But
yeah, it's a weird situation in terms of that. Like, I don't know. I feel like Morgan Gibbs White probably could have just forced a move if he really wanted to. I don't think he was pressed to Tottenham or Forest. I feel like 6 and 1 half a dozen the other. Like, I feel like if you're appreciated at Forest, then you can just stay there. And I think Forest are going to have a good team next season as well. But if you want to go to Tottenham, then I don't know. Like, is Tottenham really an upgrade to Forest at this rate? Maybe. I don't know. Like, I can't really say much. I think it feels like a sideways move to me is what I'm trying to get at. Also, I forgot to mention this. I didn't realize I had another tweet here. In terms of KDH, since I haven't really moved on from that topic, Chelsea are not actively looking to sell KDH, who they value as a squad player, but an exit is possible at the right price. A fee of more than £30 million would be required. It's not bad.
also, I think Naval Nation put another.
Yeah, I was going to get to it in a minute. And then before I get to the next topic, how much did we get KDH for? About the same price, right? £30 million?
Yeah.
So it'd be breaking even pretty much for Chelsea.
Yeah, well, they said they want slightly more, so I'm assuming like 35, let's say. So they want a $5 million profit.
35 players. I would have said like 40.
£30 million fee. Yeah, it's the same.
35.
Yeah, it's breaking even kind of. So we'd probably get a little more. So we get a season out of him. We made a little bit of profit. He has a trophy. He has 2 trophies under his name, and he was involved in both tournaments. So. Yeah, I take it. Before I move on to the next topic, thank you once again, Naval Nation 2, for the £5 super chat. It's really weird vibe, man. It could just be me. I've just watched on Sky looking for more Chelsea late news and caught that. It's odd behavior.
Oh, yeah.
It was weird. I mean, obviously, when you're interviewing, that was the weird thing. It was like, since when do you? It was a weird. Now that you mention it, yeah. I thought it was really weird that a player is interviewing with his owner. I feel like that never happens. Am I wrong?
You're not completely. So basically, they did an interview in Sky, right, with Morgan Gibbs White and the Nottingham Forest owner, basically saying like, guys, Morgan Gibbs White signed a new contract with us, but it looked like legit he was under a hostage situation. The way he was answering questions and just speaking in general during the interview was wild. Like, yeah, you're just having the owner, like, and he's a mafia boss anyways, literally looking at the player dead in the eye like, you better shut the fuck up about any complaints about leaving my club right now. Like,
well, it's just a video.
Yeah, this is the video. I felt the love. Yeah, sure you did. Yeah, the love of like your family being like. Yeah. Anyways,
it's weird. I mean, he was being respectful. Like he called him like a Forest legend already. I don't know. It now you mentioned it, Naval Nation, it does feel weird
for a club that's won 2 Champions League on the bounce. But yeah, he's a Forest legend. That's fucking wild.
I think it means like modern day. Which fair enough.
Yeah.
But where does he? What is the face that he makes?
No, it's just odd because they had an interview while the big boss man was with him and just listening.
Like, literally, yeah, that's what it felt.
Listening to everything he was saying. Yeah.
The entire interview, you could just they pan to the owner at times, and he just has this deadpan stare, sometimes towards Gibbs White's direction, kind of like it's kind of like a mafia boss who has the family and under threat, and like it's like it'll take me one phone call to take care of your family. That's kind of the vibe that I was getting the entire interview. It was wild.
It was odd. Yeah. And again, I find it odd because I just never see players interview in front of like their owners like this. It just seems really odd to me. And he did come out and speak on him as well. Like I just can't find the other video, but yeah, it was weird. It was definitely weird now that I think about it. But enough on that. Let's move on to our final topic of the show today. And big up Dark also.
Hold that, Dark. Hold that.
Hold that, Dark. And Kunku outlasted João Felix. Anyways, in terms
I won the war. I told you I won the war. I won the war. I told
like
you,
by
I
a
won
few
this
days.
war. I don't care. I won this.
Going on to the final topic, which is Ahmed's favorite player, who's not here today.
Who?
Raheem the Dream.
Oh,
Still a Chelsea player, ladies and gents. Still a Chelsea player. So Ahmed technically not won the war yet. He's still fighting this war. Chelsea will be forced to subsidize Raheem Sterling's wages for him to complete a move to Fulham this summer. God dang it. Also in regards to this, Chelsea are set to subsidize. Oh, it's the same fucking tweet. Yeah, there wasn't any news there, just different picture. So yeah, we might have to pay for some of Sterling's wages in order for him to go to Fulham, if that were to happen. I think there was other links to potentially Saudi, but I think Raheem Sterling wants to stay in London. So a move to Fulham, that'd be pretty big for Fulham. And he would definitely get playing time there. Man, are Chelsea willing to subsidize the wages? I think they would again.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, they're already taking a loss.
I'll be honest. If we get rid of Raheem Sterling, this is a 10 out of 10 window in terms of sales.
100% for sales. Yes, yeah.
We got rid of João Felix, probably in Kunku because Bayern links still, and especially if you take Xavi Simons away, Bayern links still, and we get rid of Sterling. Oh my! Like Chilwell's like the impossible challenge, so I'll give him slack with that. But if we get rid of Raheem Sterling, bravo to the sporting directors for getting rid of these high wage deadwood players. Like you bought them in the they didn't buy him, but still good job for getting rid of him, man. Good job.
Yeah, I would agree with that. In terms of player sales, like getting rid of Raheem Sterling, like the biggest wages on the book, that's a big 10 out of 10. Pardon me. Prime, your thoughts on this?
I saw a few days ago that he was linked to Champions League clubs on the Bayern. Then I saw
Leverkusen, and then Leverkusen,
Napoli and Leverkusen. So if he
Napoli
ends up going
too.
to Fulham, that makes because he doesn't want to leave London.
Yeah,
it's very obvious.
If we're willing to take the loss on the wages and stuff, and he can go to Fulham, fair enough. I mean, I don't know why that Fulham team would want Sterling. That looks like a negative on their part.
Prime.
Oh no, I forgot. Sorry. Marco Silva's watching. No, stop. Marco Silva's watching. Marshall, cut that out.
Thank you.
Sterling.
I
can't believe we're losing our best forward, man.
No. You don't say that. I can't believe we're losing so much proven experience.
Now we've got
leadership quality.
Now I have to deal with shitty João Pedro. Fuck's sake. Yeah. But whatever. Enjoy Fulham. It's just I can pay for the Uber if you want. It's not that fun.
This was delayed. This is delayed, Fulham. You're gonna see the best of him now.
Exactly. How many Premier Leagues has Gittins won? You know what I'm saying? How many Premier Leagues has Gittins won? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. You got Willian creating for Sterling. It's like Chelsea all over.
Come on. Premier League winner to Premier League winner.
Wait a minute. Is William still at Fulham?
Not anymore. I don't know.
Wasn't that a loan?
Oh, so Sterling can take Willian's shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He can take the number 10.
Because on the left it will be right.
Yes.
And then who's on the right for?
On the right is Traore.
Yeah.
So unless they change the formation.
I see what Prime is saying. Actually, to be honest.
What?
Like in terms of like if he actually were to go to Fulham, is he going to play over those two players? They were their best players last season.
You've got Wilson as well. But listen, I don't know if they want to. Are they in
No,
Europe?
no, Marshall. What you mean is there's so much youth and athleticism around him
What
to help him compensate for the lack of pace due to his older
This
age.
is a shout. This is a shout, right? If Arsenal were to actually complete the sale or to complete the transfer of Eze, I could potentially see Crystal Palace going for Raheem Sterling.
As Crystal Palace's model is to go for the next up and coming talent.
Yeah.
Have they? Okay. I mean, I don't know because it wasn't too long ago. Zaha was in that team.
Fulham is an old age home in
No,
London.
but Zaha was there for ages.
Before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got him.
Never mind then.
They got him after he was a United reject. They got him right after.
And he was there for.
What about Brentford? Isn't Brentford a London club?
Yeah,
they are. But
Hmm.
Brentford don't have the money to pay for him.
I mean, if Eunice Visa goes, I'm just saying.
And also, Brentford bought a replacement for Bowen, not Bowen, and Bremo.
I don't know.
They brought in a kid, I think.
But Fulham,
Leeds. No, Leeds is in London.
Oh, he's not gonna. That's up north. No. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? Fulham, our West London posh as fuck brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, West Ham, man.
You've been there for us. You've been there for us for our Williams and our other signings. You know what I'm saying? So just help us out once again. You know what I'm saying? From one like posh ass place to another posh ass place. Let's help each other out. You know what I'm saying? Let's help each other out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Fulham. You know what, Fulham? Just for this, you can keep the Conference League trophy at your stadium for 6 weeks.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, yeah. It's I don't know how we're going to solve this, but if it does get solved, hey, kudos to Blueco for the outgoings this season.
So who's the only one left? It's just Chilwell on big wage.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
If he gets sold, yeah.
Carney also sort of kind of he's a
part of the
special
Simmons
case.
deal. Kind
Is he on big wage?
I think he's on a decent.
He's on 100.
Yeah. Okay. That's a decent chunk.
But if he finally stops being a little mama's boy for Dortmund and goes to Leipzig, then we don't have to worry about that.
I don't know why he wouldn't just take that move.
Yeah, I understand why you want to go to Dortmund. The bigger club.
Why? Oh, I guess so.
It is because Dortmund has Champions League. Leipzig doesn't have it this year, also. So.
Yeah, I guess so. No, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's true. I don't know where Dortmund's trajectory is for the future of that club because they took a big dip this season.
True, but Dortmund is proven
their
of
standards,
showcasing young talent, and they could get a bigger move. Whereas
Leipzig,
but Dortmund have to pay.
Not doing that.
What do you mean?
But they don't. Dortmund want another
they don't want to pay.
They want another loan.
They want another loan. It's like, bro, you saw what he could do. Like
they don't like you like that, Carney. Come on.
But they don't think he's worth the price tag, which again is Dortmund. Their thing is buy cheap but sell for big money.
Yeah.
So, unless we're willing to have another loan with an obligation to buy, or even not an obligation.
No, they're not.
He has a full year, and then he can showcase what he can do, and that way we can actually get the money we want next summer.
I don't trust his injury record. No, we need to.
Oh, I agree with you. I don't either.
That's the problem, right? Yeah.
Is he gonna play enough games to even activate the obligation to buy? I don't think so. So Leipzig, please.
That's the problem.
And speaking of injuries, did we talk about Fofana?
No.
No, we only talked about outgoings and Simmons and Hato for a bit.
Yeah. Speaking of Fofana, just on a sidetrack, I am really upset that Fofana is potentially going to Everton, the Malik Fofana, and not Chelsea.
No, but he apparently, did you not see the other report where he's like, I don't want to go to Everton because I know Champions League clubs.
Yeah, that's why I was so confused when I saw those links. I was like, why? What?
Well, I think Lyon want the money.
Yeah, and
right, because they need the money. But Malik is also apparently there was a report today. Malik's like, I know Champions Leagues or better teams basically want me than your fucking dead ass team.
That's exactly word for word what he said.
Sure, yeah.
All right, yeah, I knew it.
Basically, that's
French,
what it is. So he's kind of waiting it out for better teams because he knows he can do better.
I think there's better teams out there for him, and Chelsea should be one of them. But it is what it is. You can't get them all. That's where I'm at with it too. You can't get them all. But Yeah, that's it. That's the show, ladies and gents. Before we wrap up, as always, guys, big up to every single one of you. We've consistently been getting over 100 viewers, which is absolutely fantastic. So big up to every single one of you that tune in. And that's because you guys have been smashing up those like buttons, and it does help the algorithm spread the awareness to other people who could be interested in watching Chelsea related content, especially in the long format like what we do here. So that's big up to every single one of you guys in chat. We do appreciate the effort you put into, just clicking the like button. If you're new here, we appreciate the effort you put into subscribing and tuning into the shows. So big up to every single one of you guys in chat who have been helping this channel grow, and let's just hope it continues going forward like this, especially come the season when we start doing reactions and having this show as well to chat up about different topics in the Chelsea space. Like I said, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications so you're notified whenever we do go live. Check out the links in the description below for more content if you're interested in anyone's channels who are on the panel, as well as my personal channel and my personal gaming channel and my music, all in the link tree below. Be sure to check out the memberships. There's 4 different tiers starting at 99p. More bonuses and perks are going to be coming out for those as well. So be on the lookout for that. And at the end of every show, one of the perks for the proper casual and higher tier members is that we give shout outs at the end of every show. And that's going to go out to Daniel, EE, Dark, Adrian, and A. Suleiman. Big up to you guys for the support that you always show the show. We're going to raid out to Sarcasm City. So copy and paste that raid message, or just copy that raid message in the chat and paste it over on Sarcasm City's chat. Let them know where you're coming from with that raid message. And we'll be back again on Wednesday for, hit the bell notification. You'll see why we're back on Wednesday. Yeah, that being said, ladies and gents, big up to every single one of you. Have a wonderful night. And until next time, stay casual. Peace.